in the shadows. They send us in to find them.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
All right, you guys, what is up? I am back. I apologize for being almost an hour late, but you know how the show goes. I just kind of do what I feel like. I know that's my fault. I took a power nap. I absolutely needed it. It was a long day. It's been a long month. It's been a long year, to be honest. Absent of the political stuff, absent all the craziness, I've just been incredibly busy. I don't know what to tell you guys. Have a lot of people, a lot of friends, family and stuff visiting from out of town. Have a couple remodels that I'm working on. And unfortunately, like, I'm not an octopus. I can't split myself and be in like 8 different places at once as much as I would love to. Let me go ahead and we need to get the spiel out of the way. Then we're going to get started with the show. Goodness. So, greetings, everybody. Thank you for joining me on another exciting episode of the watchfrogs. We go live every Monday night or Tuesday night on the watchfrogs channel, which is home to the Fake Crimes docu-series, a variety of other videos, and of course the watchfrogs podcast. You can enjoy the show live on a variety of platforms like BitChute, Rumble, Trovo, dlive, Kick, Twitch, X, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube. And for those who prefer an audio-only experience of the show, you can head over to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else where podcasts exist. Links are in the description. If you wish to support the show and help keep the watchfrogs independent, feel free to head over to my subscribe star page, locals page, or perhaps toss a generous donation in my Cash App. You can also super chat. All super chats are read and very much appreciated. Once again, links are all in the description, wherever you may be enjoying the show. Guys, the show continues. The show goes on. I know there has been gross exaggerations about the cancellation of the watchfrogs, but no such thing will happen. All right, the watchfrogs are here to stay. I posted in the Discord that even Elon, all right, the frogs have captured the attention of Elon Musk. The richest person in all of human history, is aware of the greenskins. Perhaps he is one of us. I don't know, but I'm just glad that the watchfrogs are skyrocketing into the atmosphere in a good way, I hope. And the Etsy page is doing really well. I've made quite a few sales. I'm actually working on some other files that are kind of unrelated to puppetry, but it's going to be something that I'm going to be throwing up on the watchfrogs Etsy page. And I was really, really excited about it. I was inspired by some leather work that I was doing, and I actually saw something that caught my attention. And I thought to myself, you know what? I bet I can make that and 3D print it. And I can actually make quite a bit of money, because this guy's made quite a bit of money selling these holsters for drywall joint knives. And I have quite a few of them from level 5. And I was thinking of making them into like not necessarily like clip-on pouches, but they're gonna have the female adapter for the tough belt clip system. And it's gonna be holsters essentially for drywall knives, and I think they look really, really damn cool. I can't wait to show them off. So I've been working on that for a little bit. I've been working on the remodels. The puppet stuff. Like, I just, dude, like, there's just not enough time in the day to manage a career, manage a shop, manage a social life, and also like try to commit to the show. It's just been really challenging, and I need to make some personal adjustments in my life in order to get the ball rolling on like some of this stuff. But it is happening. It is, it is going. A lot of things are going. I don't know what's going on with Cheese. He is out of the state. I don't think he will be returning to the show as much as I love Cheese. I respect Cheese, and right now he's on a break. He's on a vacation. I think he got banned from Discord, or he deleted it, and he is going to embark on this new journey on his own. And you know what? I am here for it, you guys. I'm here for it. Oh God, that was a mouthful. Hold on, I need to take a swig of this water. Goodness. All right, so they turned into Chud Frogs Gee? I don't know. I broke it off with that dumb 304 I was messing around with right after I helped a random crying girl that was in the street. Okay, well, see, that's your problem. You can't be getting mixed up with these girls crying in the streets. They're just going to complicate your life, okay? Weed joint knives? No, they are drywall knives. They look like little spatulas almost, and they're kind of expensive. And there was this guy making these little holsters for them, and they came out really good. And the funny thing is like I can actually make those myself because I actually have experience making leather stuff. I made some leather things for the Mossberg 590 Shockwave, the little Raptor grip. So I could probably do it like that, but I want to 3D print. I just want to do it in one thing, and I think I can make good money doing it. Brad Scott, he got banned. You don't know Cheese's old account. No, I don't know it. Cheese doesn't talk to me. Me and Cheese like here's a secret, you guys. Me and Cheese rarely talk. He's got his own friends on the internet. He's kind of terminally online, and whatever it is that he's doing, I'm completely unaware of it. I don't know what he's up to. All I know is that he is away right now. So that's what it is. But I don't need to know it. I don't need to know it. He's doing his own thing. He's got to, he needs his space. That's just the best way that I can put it. But you know what? We're just going to go ahead and dive into it. It's kind of all over the place. There are some important things that I do want to go over. I'm probably going to have to hunt it down on Twitter. But there were a lot of Supreme Court rulings, all of them in favor of the Orange Man. And one of them being is his ability to fire a lot of these dorks in the government. Which is very, very important. If you're very concerned about the so-called swamp or the deep state, you want the executive to have the ability to fire these people at will, to fire them immediately, and he has the green light now. That's wonderful news. So there was this mural that was taped on the wall. Yeah, so our government tax dollars hard at work. So John Hudson Post, State Department employees who have not yet received layoff notices today created posters for their less fortunate colleagues. So they posted these large pieces of paper, and I guess they wrote on these pieces of paper with crayons. You will be missed, reads one sign. Another one says, thank you for your service. And then your work left an impact, and then we will miss you. A little sticky notes. There's a lot of these murals. And again, it's just like, you guys aren't saving the world, okay? Somebody who used to do this work, a lot of these dorks in the government are completely lazy, unbelievably lazy. They sit on their butts all day, working their worthless email job. And they printed out a piece of paper. Again, our tax dollars at work here. Resist fascism. Yes, nothing screams fascism like firing worthless, lazy government employees. These overly entitled babbies in the government are being fired. Again, like, people are like, he's not draining the swamp. Where's the swamp drain at? Well, this is it. This is what it looks like. I know it's not as like glorious as people imagined. I don't know what people thought what this is supposed to look like. It's not going to be glamorous. There's not going to be fireworks. If you want to really drain the swamp, this is the best way to do it. You can't rely on Congress or the Senate or the states to convene and pass amendments or whatever and get rid of these people. This is going to take way too long. The executive just needs to go in there and fire these idiots, and you're going to save a ton of money doing it because these guys just sit around and do absolutely nothing all day. They're unbelievable. The government workers are some of the most laziest people on the planet. I promise you guys. I promise you this is what's happening. So yeah, this is great. This is great. I don't know. I guess they imagine like the military going in and like arresting all the, the swamp rats or whatever. That's just not going to happen. Let's see. Terrence Pop will be on Timcast IRL tomorrow. Dude, let's see, the Matan Tim Pool interview was great. I didn't see the Matan Tim Pool interview. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like Tim Pool just kind of annoys me. I don't like Tim Pool. The dude is just way too shady, and he's just way too dishonest. You know, the guy comes out and does this like weird behind the scenes interview, I guess, with my mini display just completely disconnected. I don't know what's happening there. Come on, baby. What are you doing? Oh, what's going on with the mini display? Shit. Well, anyways, it'll be back. I'm sure. Yeah. So he like he did this weird secret interview with Benjamin Netanyahu, and he like was very elusive about what transpired in that interview. He was not really forthcoming with the details about what was said, what was asked, etc. And it's like, okay, whatever, dude, fine. Like, why even bother interviewing the guy if you're not going to be transparent about it? So he got a lot of flack for that, and this was like a few months ago, I think. And then finally, you know, all this like Epstein shit comes out, and all this Epstein stuff is transpiring, and he just absolutely refuses. And then all of a sudden, he engages in conspiracy mode. He starts, you know, demanding questions and demanding answers and yada yada yada. I just see a lot of hypocrisy there. The guy is definitely a spook for sure. The whole tenant media, I'm starting to think maybe Destiny and Pisco Liddy have a point. I don't know. We'll see. React to Sam Hyde on the Harlan Highway podcast. I saw that. I thought it was kind of funny. I don't know too much about the Harlan Highway podcast, so I don't know if it's like genuine or real. Let me see if I can fix this fucking mini display. 1 second, guys. All right, looks like I was able to fix it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. We got to move on with this stuff really quick. If it's boring, we're gonna skip past it. Shit, this this is actually pretty funny. So there's this subreddit that inspires terrorism on Reddit called 5051. I forgot what that means. It's some bullshit about protesting. And this guy says, I am losing friends for caring too much about politics. So this is one of the reasons why I'm kind of, well, actually, no, it's not. I'm stepping away from it just because I got like a lot of other extra shit going on and I trust my president. But I'm stepping away from politics because for me, I feel like I'm being suffocated by a lot of this stuff. And a lot of the discourse online is fake. And you guys know my stance. I'm against the fakeness. So this guy writes, I attended the No Kings protest and have been actively trying to inform my friends who are less politically aware. Now they don't talk to me very much anymore. I think I messed up. Edit, thank you so much for comments, everyone. Give me money. All right, we got a $2 super chat from Kite Chaz. Thank you so much. Watch my South Park video now, Gio. I don't know if I want to watch that on the show, but I will watch it. I enjoy watching your videos, Chaz. Chaz is a very, very talented creator. And I always encourage him to do these one-off videos because they're really, really good and they're well written. They're well informed. So Chaz, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Love you. Yeah, Gio, do something entertaining. God damn it, you guys! All right, what do you guys want me to do? I come on here, you guys want me to entertain you, and one, I just woke up from a nap. Two, like I'm late, so I'm kind of wiry, and you know, you guys just want me to come up here and like start like spewing slurs and stuff. And you know what? It's not going to happen. This is a family friendly show. No, man, do it on the stream. Not now, but at the end. Oh, you know what? We can do that, Chaz. We can probably do that. Yo, it's the Beetle. Yeah, dude. Okay, so we'll probably look at that. Oh, dude, I haven't watched the episode of South Park. I haven't watched South Park in like 15 years. South Park hasn't been funny in over 10 years, in over a decade. So we'll see where this goes. Anyways, back to this post really quick. It makes me feel a lot better to see how many people here care too. Truth be told, I've been a bit aggressive lately, sharing stories about what is going on. My friends didn't vote for Trump, but they're definitely less politically active. I think they probably feel like I am getting too passionate. I'm definitely going to tone it down, but keep trying to resist in whatever way possible. I'm going to keep my heart open to people who want to protest with me in the future, and I won't close my eyes and I won't look away. Okay, yeah, dude, you're just way too annoying, and this is what happened with me. Really, I'm on the opposite end of this guy's story. I was the friend who kind of pulled back when President Trump became President Trump. Everybody got annoying. I got so annoyed with everybody. It really just showed just how hollow and stupid the majority of people are, and how easily manipulated these individuals can become. And it was just such a huge turnoff for me. And there were a lot of people, like I remember when I was working for Tesla, we were at our offices because it's like in this massive like district, There's like a lot of bars and a lot of, you know, shops and stuff. And we would always go drinking. And like after work, I remember went drinking and they were just like, dude, everybody was like, we got to stop drunk and all this shit. I'm like, guys, chill the fuck out. Like, we're supposed to be drunk. Like, I don't want to hear this shit. And it just became too much. It became too much. And like, everybody was like all of a sudden an expert on politics. Everybody was an expert on geopolitics, and it got exhausting, man. And people got to be hyper aware of it, and it can be annoying in like in any direction, really. Like there's buddies of mine that I've lost to like the manosphere and shit, you know, because they just got too passionate, they got too hateful and stuff. And again, it's just like, again, I'm largely in agreement with a lot of stuff that comes from like the red pill and the manosphere, because I believe the grievances from these groups are legitimate and they're genuine, but there comes a point where it's like it's too much. So it's become too much. And the 5051 dorks on Reddit, like these are one of the more extreme people on the internet that are part of the discourse. These people are literally inspiring terrorism. So we got to keep an eye on that. You guys got to check yourselves too, so you do not become this unhinged. Let's go ahead and continue. What else have we got here? So new poll, refusal to release the alleged Epstein files. Democracy Institute writes 67% of MAGA voters oppose the move. 71%. 2024 first-time voters disapprove. 63% of all Americans disagree. So yeah, a lot of people are not really happy with the way that President Trump has handled the Epstein stuff. And there's been some really interesting developments, and there's been a lot of really interesting things that I noticed. I know I said that like I didn't really want to talk about this, but it is topical, and I guess this is just one of those rare moments where I get to have the opportunity to say that I was 100% right. There is like first off, there's some things that people need to understand. There's no like client list. Epstein doesn't have clients. He's not a businessman. He doesn't provide goods and services. He doesn't have clients. But is he a spook for certain intelligence agencies? Yeah, probably. You know, the dude's been involved in some really shady stuff for, you know, over 4 decades, essentially. And, you know, now we're at a point where it's like, we know that there were individuals that were victimized by Epstein and the people that went on that island. And apparently people believe that he has like a detailed list of the people that were victimizing the children. And I just don't believe that to be true. But there are people who know who did bad things. And one of them is Ghislaine Maxwell. So Ghislaine Maxwell is probably, she already spilled the beans to President Trump's DOJ. And apparently she's making a lot of these big asks to speak before Congress. She's wanting immunity. She's wanting a pardon. She's wanting, you know, ice cream and pizza and all this stuff. And who knows what's going to happen there. But she already gave it the goods. President Trump already alluded to a number of people, one of them being Larry Summers and the other one being Bill Clinton. And I don't even think those are the most interesting names on the so-called Epstein list, the list of people who are victimizing these women or these young girls. We're going to find out, though. And that was always what I maintained. So all these people crying and bitching and making up all this nonsense about President Trump or his administration or his involvement with Epstein, all these people are not going to, they're going to have egg on their face, for one. And the leftists that are dogpiling President Trump, I'm even noticing it with people like Pisco Liddy. They're backtracking. They're not going to like what Ghislaine Maxwell is going to say. They're not going to like, and they're not even going to accept the people that are going to get arrested. There are a lot of really big players who are going to end up totally crushed by this, and the majority of them are far leftists. They're engaged in far leftist causes. There's a pattern with Jeffrey Epstein and the kind of people that he brought into his inner circle. The guy was an ideologue. The guy was progressive, for lack of better words. And he liked to bring in people who were a part of, obviously, politics, who are part of the internationalist community, like the royal family, for example. And he also liked to bring in the scientists. Now, the scientists are my enemies. They're the enemies of the frogs, okay? They're turning some of us, and they're also committing all sorts of horrific crimes against humanity. And I mean, when you get the scientists in your pocket, I mean, you can wield a disproportional amount of power. So Stephen Hawking was on that island. There was a handful of other scientists that were a part of the Epstein inner circle, if you will. And I mean, this is why I went after them, because I believe there are satanic and evil elements within NASA, within the scientific community. And I was one of the few people that were willing to call him out, to my detriment. Okay. There were a lot of people dogpiling me, saying all kinds of horrific things about me. They were defaming me, saying things that were absolutely not true. They were calling me a drug addict. They were saying I'm crazy. You know, they were calling me all kinds of horrible names. And they didn't stop, dude. I was attacked for like a month straight from these people for calling them out and exposing them for what they are. And I think I'm going to be vindicated at the end of the day. And like, all I could really say at this point, like, a lot of this is like not really in our hands. So it's important to kind of just move on with your life, live a good life, live a clean life, do what you got to do. Let's keep supporting the Orange Man. And this is one of the very rare moments where I'll say, let's just trust our president. Let's just trust the leaders that we elected into office. You know, an electoral miracle occurred right before our eyes. And I really do believe it was a magical moment. And this is one of those moments where I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I trust my president. I'm gonna trust Trump. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because I know what's going on. Like, I completely understand what's going on. And a lot of this outrage on the internet is fake. And I pulled back a lot from all this internet shit. Like, I'm not terminally online, but like, more so now than before, because a lot of the discourse is just legitimately fake and completely dishonest, and a lot of it is pushed on me for whatever reason. It ends up in my feed, and it's annoying. It's legitimately annoying. Brad's cat, trust the plan, really? Yeah, the plan is just to live a good life right now, dude. And not get caught up in all this bullshit hysteria, because like, I believe these people are going to be exposed. I do believe that. A lot of them have already been exposed. Dude, Kevin Spacey has come out and he's calling these people out. Dude, he's called out Bill Clinton. Dude, I believe I'm trying not to get sued here and get in trouble, but I believe Kevin Spacey is responsible for the unaliving of multiple individuals, young men, young boys. These people are dead. They're gone. These are people that had some sort of relation or some sort of thing with Kevin Spacey, and they're completely gone. Kevin Spacey was in a lot of trouble, and then these people died, and now he's completely off the hook. He's gone on to live his life. Well, he was just on Piers Morgan, and he was just spewing a lot of crazy shit, probably true, about Bill Clinton. And also being in the presence of Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton, and young girls. His words, not mine. He's saying this stuff. I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than we know. Chaz Unsu, yeah, sure. Let's see. Does Gio need a co-host? Chaz, are you in Discord? You're more than welcome to join me. I'm gonna be talking about the Superman shit. I'm gonna review it really quickly, but yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Let's see. Do I want to read this? Jeff Daniels scolds Trump voters. I hope you're losing tons of money. Those of you who thought this would be okay. I haven't lost anything. I've already lost everything that I possibly could. Jeff Daniels can go fuck himself. It's kind of a shame because I like Jeff Daniels is a really great actor. Let's see. What else do we got here? So yeah, there's a... What is this video? Oh shit, what the hell? Hello? Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Yo, what's going on? Dude, Chaz is in the building. What's up, buddy?
I did watch Superman,
Yeah.
so I can talk about it with you.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna sprinkle in a little bit of consumed sins when we're talking about it. It's gonna tie in a little bit to the Epstein stuff. I think it's really good.
And then we'll, put a bow on this stream by watching my awesome video, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I haven't seen it. I really haven't been messing around too much on the internet. I've been incredibly busy. But no, I want to watch it. How you been, dude?
I'm doing all right. Like I said, I put out a South Park video and it's doing all right. It's got about 5,500 views. So,
that's great. That's really good.
But right, then we'll talk about it later. But yeah,
we'll get there. We'll get there. Like the voice of an angel. Okay, first off, you spelled that wrong. The voice of an angle. Really? Delete that comment and respell that because you spelled it wrong for no reason. You illiterate shit. Let's see. This guy right here. What the fuck? Do I really want to watch this? This guy basically reacts to that compound. I should have had the article up for it. Let me see. If it's boring in the first 5 seconds, I'm turning it off.
So they're doing a whites-only community.
Base.
Don't forget to share it with me.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not
No, it's okay, dude. It's been a while since I streamed with a co-host because usually I'm going solo now.
I know.
Let me see. How do I? Okay, I gotta do it in this window. Hold on. Let me make sure I set up OBS. Let's go ahead and window projector mode. Blah blah blah. Okay, so how do I share my screen in this fucking? Oh, share your screen. Window projector mode. Okay, I gotta set it up so you can like actually hear the stream though.
I mean, just hit play and see if this works.
Oh yeah. Because it's been a minute since we've done this. So all right, here we go.
On the fucking Ozarks.
I can't hear it.
only
I'm
Oh my
afraid.
god, dude!
in
What the
Arkansas.
fuck happened with
This
this?
is where
I'm
we're at in
sorry.
America
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Something there was like an update for Discord, and it just like completely you shit the bed. Not to worry. There is a very easy solution. Wavelength stream. Okay, here we go. You should be able to hear it now. Check this out. Here, let me start it
So
over.
they're
Yep.
doing a whites only
Yep, it's there.
community in Arkansas and the fucking Ozarks. A whites only community in Arkansas. This is where we're at in America today.
Okay.
What the
So
fuck is-
what? Like
Yeah.
every other country, there people are encouraged to stay together.
Yeah, the same with
Like-
their own.
And even
I
when
have some
like, we
thoughts
have
about
mass
this.
and like even when we have mass immigration, like with a group of people, they tend to just stay by themselves. Like all the not Somalis, but like the group of some other fucking random country
Yeah.
were put in just like a town in Ohio, right? And it's like they only spoke French, none of them spoke English. Do you think they, like banded together by themselves, or do you think that they integrated into society? No, and like no one says it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like all the teachers are told that they have to cater to the new group of people coming in, not that the new group of people coming in has to integrate properly. But
Damn, dude, these comments are ruthless. I mean, stop stealing things.
yeah, pure and simple.
All right, let's finish this
What do you
video.
mean you don't want to be around people that look like me? Us brown people are fucking cool as hell. Positive vibes, good food, beautiful people. Like, what the fuck do you mean you guys want to live in a whites only community in fucking America in the year 2025?
You know, like what I hate the most about videos like this is like, okay, so first off, like I get kind of being upset because you're being excluded from you're talking shit outside the club. So I understand that aspect of it. But this like fake ignorance is what really bothers me. And again, like agree or disagree with what the people in Ozark, Arkansas are doing. It's their personal choice, man. For whatever reason, they want to click up with people like themselves who share their language, share their heritage, share their history, and they
Share their
have a common
culture.
vision for the future. And it's a lot different than people who, for example, look like him. And it's not just like, ew, brown people, because that's not really what they're saying. I mean, there's a lot of things that are wrong with contemporary American society, and things just aren't working. And they want to separate themselves from contemporary, multi-culti society. And again, that's not for everybody. Like, again, I live in Vegas, so it might not be something that I'd want to do. I wouldn't mind, though. I mean, it is what it is. Like, if people don't want to hang out with me, like, I don't care. I don't know why this guy is taking it so personally. Let's finish this up.
What had to happen in your childhood or growing up that as adults you guys decided you guys want to live in a whites only community?
Okay, well, as somebody who primarily lives in a whites only community, yeah, what happened? I don't know, someone breaking into my Jaguar and stealing my shit, a $200 Hazard 5 backpack, a custom mechanical mini keyboard, a lavalier microphone from Sennheiser, among other things that were very important and somewhat expensive. I don't know, just being fucked with, being yelled at, just like this isn't hard to figure out, dude. It's like, man, why do they want to get away from people who look like me? Again, this guy's probably nice, he's probably never done anything wrong. But if you look at
And on
crime
top of that, Gio,
if you
it's
look at
like
crime statistics, so it's like, yeah, people are just kind of sick of it, man. Like if you look at the neighborhood app or the apps where you can like talk with your neighbors, like your immediate neighbors, like all the main posts, all the top posts, it's like, hey, shady dude stealing shit out of the car, shady dude stealing catalytic converters, shady dude peering through the windows looking at my daughters, like just shit like that. And it's like, yeah, and then there was that Cincinnati Jazz Festival where those white people were being viciously attacked, and it's like, dude, there's no wonder people want to click up with themselves. And I was watching this video. We're gonna catch it later on, where this Magic American was being racist towards this Latina store manager clerk girl, and he was being racist and he was saying all this shit. And I was reading the comments, and I commented, I'm like, dude, this is why Latinos and white people are click up in prison, they click up in the streets, and they don't want to fuck with guys like you anymore. Like shit is like falling apart. The multi-culti society is failing. And this like faux segregation, it was largely promoted by Democrats, where they're promoting like black only spaces, black only graduations, etc. So it's like now you guys are getting a taste of your own medicine in the opposite direction, and now you want to cry foul.
Doesn't that sound fucking stupid?
No.
How racist do you have to be to want to live in a whites only community? I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but even if I was white, that sounds lame as fuck. Like, I would never want to do some shit like that.
Like, lame as how? Like, lame as fuck how? Oh, because they don't have the exact food you know. White people can cook tacos just fine. Guess what? I'm sure those white dudes can cook up a really good Indian inspired curry that doesn't make you shit bricks, or not shit bricks, like have diarrhea for 3 days straight.
Yeah, or it's like, yeah, man. The white people didn't have houses until Home Depot they built a Home Depot in their neighborhood.
and they so boring. They not blasting bass boosted music out
they
their cars till 2 a.m.
They don't season their chicken. They don't even wash it with Dawn soap.
and it's like, oh, whites only community. You understand that maybe those people also want to get away from other white dudes that are like, super liberal and want to take away their rights to bear arms or some shit.
No, absolutely. All right, it's almost done.
That sounds fucking boring.
Okay, yeah, maybe boring to you.
It's boring. Like that's the point. Like that's like, what isn't boring to him? What's exciting to this guy? Like, what you find exciting, I might find boring.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what?
I don't know about you guys, but when I'm at home, I like my neighborhood to be boring. I want it to be quiet. If I hear any noise outside, it's probably children playing on their bikes, and that doesn't bother me because they're neighborhood kids, and I don't care. But like, I don't want to be woken up to cumbia music in the middle of the night. I don't want to be woken up to some jackass driving slowly through the neighborhood, blasting that ghetto, shitty, low IQ rap music, or even worse, he's playing Tim Pool's new hit single, or real Bryson Gray's MAGA rap. That would drive me fucking crazy. I would start, I'd fire up Zillow and start looking for a new place to live. But I live in a very quiet community, and you know what? I value my peace. It's actually one of the main tenets of like the manosphere or like the red pill. It's like men want, like good men, real men. They want their peace. They need their peace, and when they're selecting a partner, they should be selecting a partner that's going to honor that peace and bring about even more peace. I mean, that's what I see when I see the Ozark styled communities in Arkansas. It's just like, dude, these people just want to live in peace, man. Like, they're fucking over it. Everyone is over it. Like, we all see the videos of these freakouts at Popeye's Chicken, at McDonald's, etc., at these Waffle Houses, and everybody is just sick. The violence at the Cincinnati Jazz Festivals, dude, we're sick of it. We don't want to live around that. We want to live in peace. This isn't hard to figure out. And it's like, yo, man, but we like got food. Like, fuck that. Who cares? We can look up the internet and do our own shit. What is this? So there's a community making headlines, but yeah. So this is a little bit more detail on the community. So Jean Francis Jarepi, he follows me. This is one of my more proud follows. People like to accuse him of murder and shit, and I don't think he did it. But yeah, let me read some of these comments before we move on. Let's see. What happened is he interacted with rainbow people. This guy probably loves Dragon Ball. He probably that's a really good comment, Brad Skag.
Oh, fuck off, man. Like, not every like don't make it. No, it's like those hood weebs, man. They bring us down. They give us.
Do they
like,
really? I thought that was like one of the ways to kind of bridge the gap with.
Oh,
with
no,
people.
like they get super fucking
There's
annoying
commonality,
with it. Like,
so
no, like they don't like Dragon Ball for the same reasons I like Dragon Ball. They only like it because it looks flashy and cool. I appreciate the storytelling and the characters that go into the series.
Okay.
You know, like those are the guys that are all hype moments in Aura, if you've heard that phrase.
I have.
like-
So let me get this straight. So you're saying there is this street beef between regular weebs like you and the hood weebs. Is that what
yeah,
I'm hearing?
it's like the Blood and the Crips, but way more brutal. Like it is
Okay.
on site, Geo.
On site. Okay.
On
see,
site.
I'm in the hood, kind of, but my property is really nice. All the way at the end of the street, up against a huge rock wall and creek. That sounds kind of cool. Let's see,
Is that rap? Are you throwing down bars? I'm all the way up at the end of the street. Get you huge rock, wall, and creek.
Yeah, that
like,
does sound like a
bros,
bar, bro.
Dude,
Alright.
fire bars,
Yeah,
Brad.
so here's I probably should have had this clip first, just as a primer. But
Welcome
let's
back to TMZ Live. There
speed
is
this up.
a community in Arkansas that invites whites only. It is a white-only community. And there is talk now that there may be other communities in other states, like in Appalachia, other places, the Pacific Northwest, where this could expand to.
Yeah, so it's expanding, guys, as I stated.
The person who has created this community in Arkansas is a man named Eric Orwell, and he is joining us right now. Eric, welcome to TMZ Live.
All right, good to be with you. Thanks for the invite.
So, first of all, explain the premise. Why a white-only community?
Well, many white Americans do value their European heritage, and we don't think there's anything wrong with that. Many also are afraid that our identity is under threat from mass immigration, low fertility rates, just cultural changes. And we're not just a racial association. We also value traditional European culture, architecture, music, art, and so we want to create a space where that can be celebrated.
So when we say white only, for example, what if a Jewish person, what if I come in and say, I'd like to join this community?
Well, you're welcome to apply. Admissions decisions are made on a case-by-case basis, and we're not purists about this. So if someone has some non-white ancestry, there's a chance they could be accepted. We do view Jewish origins as having their roots in the Near East, and so they wouldn't fall into the category of European heritage.
Why is European heritage, the purest form of European heritage, something that you embrace to the exclusion of others?
Well, for something to be what it has to not be other things. I think it's fine if people want to blend and mix and mingle cultures, but I do want cultural diversity to exist. So I want a pure form of Portuguese culture to exist. I want pure Japanese culture to exist in their own respective spheres. So I want a kind of pure European tradition to be maintained somewhere.
I mean, that's the classic segregationist policy, which we had up till the early 1960s. So fair to say you're a segregationist.
The major difference is that back then it was forced segregation, and I think that's immoral. Right now what we have is effective forced integration, and I think that's also immoral. Forcing people to live in ways they don't want to live is the problem. It's not that people may want to voluntarily go their own way. I don't think there's anything morally wrong with that.
I mean, there are clearly people who would say that this is a racist premise and that you are racist for propagating it. What do you say to them?
Well, our association is racial in nature as well as cultural, but we wouldn't identify as racists, and it's not entirely clear what people mean by racist anyway.
There are federal laws, the Fair Employment and Housing Act, and others that prohibit discrimination. So you have a community where people live, and it's essentially a whites-only community. How do you get around that federal law?
Our goal is not to get around federal law, it's to abide by it. And there are exceptions in the Fair Housing Act and other legislation like the Civil Rights Act for private associations. There's the public sphere where you're listing real estate publicly and looking for customers. And then there's private clubs, associations, intentional communities like we formed.
It's interesting. I'm hearing you that you want this kind of purest European culture and that it doesn't necessarily define you as racist. But the people you attract, whether you are or not, may well be hardcore racists. I mean, fair?
I still don't really know what you mean by racist. Valuing race in itself, I don't think there's any moral problem with that. Mistreating people because of their race, there's a problem there, sure.
Well, I get it, but you say valuing people because of their race. A lot of people would say you're devaluing people because of their race.
Well, just like to be something, you have to not be other things.
Yeah, but by that logic, when you like out here in Las Vegas, there was a Magic American fair. There was a Magic American event, and they were celebrating Magic Americanness, if you will. And they were also promoting Magic American only businesses at this event. So, I mean, by that extension, are these people genuine racists by TMZ's definition and admission? Because, I mean, I talked about this on the show. I'm just like, well, what about white businesses? And it seems like it's only this one group that is allowed to do this. They get all the space online where, like, let's say Amazon will promote specific businesses based on the DEI quota, if you will, by the DEI qualifiers. And if it's like a white-owned business, they don't. So, again, I don't want to. I'm not a racist. I'm an anti-racist, and I don't want to participate in stuff like that. So, if I see businesses that are being promoted in that fashion, I won't patronize them at all. I won't give them my money. That's just how I roll. And so again, it's like when they do it, it is stunning and brave. But when guys like this do it, this co-founder of the Return to the Land project, then all of a sudden it's a problem. And again, like this guy's not spewing hatred. And yeah, I saw the comment. He is dodging so many word traps. It's crazy. Yeah, good for him. Good for him. Yeah, this guy's really
Well, I
skilled.
At least
like-
to value.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
He is doing a great job of explaining, the idea that, it's not forced segregation. We have forced integration. People
Yeah.
want us to all just be one homogenized culture, just one blob of people. And yet white people are expected to cater and bend to the will of every other culture. We're all equal. Every culture is equal to one another until you have white people wanting to have a European.
Well, it's
only
weird
group.
when it comes to people of European stock, they pretend that they don't have a culture. They pretend that they don't have a history. They pretend that they don't have anything. They have nothing. They're just like these weird parasites that like scoured the planet and terrorized everybody, and everybody was living in harmony until the white man showed up. And it's this weird, goofy, like historical revisionist history nonsense. And it's like, no, Europe is beautiful. The homeland is beautiful, and the people are beautiful, and they deserve to exist. And for them to just lay down and accept the hypocrisy, to accept these federal laws that aren't being applied evenly among groups, it's bullshit. So the association thing, it's an interesting argument. And currently, I think the AG of Arkansas is looking into it. Who knows what's going to happen? As far as I'm concerned right now, as of doing this podcast, nothing meaningful is happening. And hopefully it stays that way. Like in Vegas, not far from me, like literally like 10 minutes away from me, there is an elderly-only community. So you have to be the age of 50 or older to live in these certain communities. Because, again, they don't want young guys like me living there because I'm rolling up on my motorcycle. I'm in my garage smoking cigarettes, blasting music, building puppets, building firearms, and these elderly people are retired and they probably don't want to hear or see any of my horse shit, which is understandable, which is fine. Like, my feelings aren't hurt. Like, I get it. They have their space to live their elderly lives, and I can, fuck off, essentially. So yeah, that's what's happening here. Let's just wrap this video up really quick.
Value something, you have to value it above other things. So if you value, Jewish identity and the Jewish people, then by default, you're going to value them above non-Jewish people.
So if you allowed a black person or, say, a Jewish person that wouldn't pass muster for you folks into that community, how would it adversely affect the community?
Well, that person would probably bring cultural priors from their own background that then we would adapt ourselves to, consciously or unconsciously. I believe that culture is a deep, unspoken, complex language that's physical, explicit, verbal, cultural, rather artistic, and all of that is sensitive. It's not something we rationally calculate. We're not rational individuals operating in isolation. We're parts of larger wholes, traditions, communities that move forward over generations. And I think blending in people from other traditions will alter that tradition that we're trying to preserve, and we don't want that altered. We want it preserved and to remain our own thing.
How is this community funded? My understanding is you have something like a GoFundMe. Can you explain that?
Well, the actual purchase of the property was funded by the community members themselves. And up to this point, almost everything that we've done has been our own initiative, our own resources. We've put up some fundraising
you have a
campaigns,
group
like a
of
legal
people
fundraiser.
coming together out of their own pocket, doing something that they all believe in. Now, if you add white people to that, it's suddenly demonic and horrible and disgusting. But if you add Latino, African American, Chinese American, yada yada,
Yeah.
it suddenly becomes, oh, okay, they're trying to keep their cultures and tradition alive in a foreign land. To these people, what America is right now seems like a foreign land.
Dude, if Kamala Harris is the president right now, she would send in the federal law enforcement and they would kill these people. I'm not even kidding. I do believe that. We would see another Waco, Randy Weaver type situation occurring here. And we almost had something like this happen in my neck of the woods. This is back when I was a libtard. And before I was making content, really, the Bundy Ranch, Obama and his federal goons, they went down there. They harmed their animals. They jailed a couple people. They were doing some shady shit. The Obama regime was fucking ruthless. A lot of people don't remember this or really understand just how vicious and horrific the Obama regime was, but they didn't fuck around, man. So yeah, I'm hoping Trump leaves these people alone and the DOJ fucks off and the AG in Arkansas doesn't do anything.
Sir,
I mean, like,
But
the thing that this guy is doing is the smart thing. You want to know how you fight back against, like, a tyrannical regime or whatever? You use their rules against them.
Correct.
You find ways, like he's saying, we are abiding by homeowners association rules. We bought the land, we own the land. It's a private property ownership by us.
Yeah.
And it, like general house rules, like with housing, don't really apply to them because it's private property. They're not leasing it out to the public. They're it's like a gated community.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
Where like like gated communities, they have certain standards that people have to abide to.
Yes.
And they just add European heritage to that, and it's like, so what?
Yeah, exactly. So what? It's funny you brought this up earlier, but there were actually certain communities that were like Magic American inspired. This has already happened. Except they sold them, and who knows what happened, what came of it. It wasn't that big of a deal. And we also saw something like this as well in Georgia, and it was a little bit more extreme. There was a community in Georgia, I forget what it was called. We talked about it here on the show a while ago, where they wanted their own school district. That's all they wanted, because the overall school district for this larger county was just not working. There was a lot of disruption in the classrooms, a lot of drugs and violence, etc. So this mostly so-called white community, this white county, or part of the county, they ended up forming their own county, and they got their own school district. Now they're getting their own police, their own utilities, etc. And they had to separate. And it wasn't anything to do with race, really. And but it was made into a racial thing, and they tried to challenge it, and they failed. So yeah, good for them. So I feel like this is gonna pass muster, and yeah, we're gonna see a lot more of this stuff. And again, like I live in Vegas, and it's relatively diverse for the most part, except where I live, I guess. And it's fine, for the most part, we get along just fine. So something like this might not exist out here, but if other people want to do it, like, it doesn't bother me at all. People should just be left alone to do what they want, live where they want to live who they want to live around, and just let them be. People don't want to be exposed to, the bullshit from the city. And I totally understand it. I totally get it.
It has been very successful, and that's necessary because many people would try to attack what we're doing as illegal. I've also raised funds to fund a tour to expand our projects, not just to full-time residential communities, but also recreational areas and community centers. I think it's good for the white community to have our own spaces, just like I think the black community should have its own spaces, and the Jewish community clearly has its own spaces.
But the way you put that is that there is a black community, a Jewish community, and so on and so on and so on.
And
a lot of people say,
yeah, exactly. They say this. They're the ones
There
who say
are.
this, right?
Like those people in those communities are the ones that are so just loud about it.
Yeah,
Just-
see, it's never a problem when it's anybody else. And again, like, other people want to do it. That's how they want to live. It doesn't
It's
bother me.
celebrated. It's encouraged.
Exactly.
Until you add the fact that it's white people doing it, because
and then
it's
all of a
inherently-
sudden it's a problem, and you got to get the feds involved and all
like
this other shit.
then you add, they're gonna be a cult, they're gonna be anti-Semitic, they're gonna try to incite race riots and blah blah blah, as if downtown Chicago, with like people popping caps in each other's asses, isn't also just like the same shit.
Yeah.
But
the autistic community should have its own space for no reason, says that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should.
yeah.
Yeah. It'll be
I
like that
agree.
movie The Accountant too, where like those autistic people have like they're in their little like internet compound or whatever.
that's not America anymore. That may have been America 70 years ago, but it's not today. America is a melting pot. You go to a place where I live, like Los Angeles, and there's no, there are pockets, but there's really no such
hey,
thing
you go
as
to a place like Los Angeles, it's a fucking shithole. How much
is.
shit is locked behind glass in every convenience store? What's your crime rate and murder statistics?
Pretty
It's
high.
a shit. No, like it's a shithole.
anymore.
You
So that's not
using that as an example proves why this guy is doing it in the state that he's doing it. Like,
America
fuck
anymore.
off.
There are certainly Jewish community centers. Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I have a problem with exclusion, to be honest. I have a problem with exclusion and just fundamentally saying somebody is different because of their religion or the color of their skin. That's my personal opinion.
Well, we're different in those respects, certainly. And there's a lot more to race than just the color of our skin. Genetically, race leads to cognitive differences just as much as it leads to differences of appearance. So I think we should be free to either integrate or segregate ad libitum. We should be allowed to exercise our freedom as Americans to blend together, to go our own way, and we can also have our own spaces and meet each other in the middle.
Okay, well, listen, I really appreciate
Yeah, so that ultimately this is probably something like this is going to end up at the Supreme Court, the ability to associate freely, because again the pendulum swung so far in one direction than the other. This is probably going to be litigated at the Supreme Court to some degree, or it already has. I'm not really aware of
I
it.
think that's crazy. It's like their own private property. They aren't leasing it out to the public. They're doing, like, they're in their own community, their own, like, gated community, basically. And to tell them, oh, you have to let these people in if you don't want them there, it's against the law. Okay, are we going to apply the same for other, like, areas or other businesses? Like, can you be a non-Jew?
Well, we
Jewish
already know
person going to
we
these-
already know that they're unevenly applying these woke DEI standards. So again, if you're a Magic American and you have a business, you're going to be boosted by Facebook, by Google, by Apple, by Amazon, etc. And if you are a white individual business owner, you're going to be treated like scum. You're going to be treated like shit. And if you try to get the upper hand, I guess, if you try to get ahead in any meaningful way, they're going to come after you. And again, either it's like you guys want equality and fairness, let's do equality and fairness. But if you're going to treat groups differently and suggest that there are differences among groups, do not come crying to me and try to petition the government or try to get these people killed. Because they want to click up and be their own group of people and to celebrate their own differences.
It's like crying to, mommy and daddy because of some bullshit. Like, these people don't want me there, but I want to be in there. For how long? What are you going to do? Like, the guy we watched previously, does he think that him living in this gated community would actually, like, enhance it in a good way? He himself admits that he doesn't want to be there because it's boring. Okay, so shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah,
you don't want to
exactly.
be there. They don't want you there. Let's just let them have the right to segregate from like the society that they're in.
Yeah, like I don't really like driving a car. I ride a motorcycle. I'm not hating on people who go to car meets. I don't feel excluded because car meets are a thing. I can do my own thing with the motorcycle bros. Like, it's not a big deal. Again, people are just fucking weird. And it's like, I don't know what it is, like fear of missing out, fear of access. And I don't know what it is. I would really like to interview somebody who's kind of against that. But we got to go ahead and move on. So something funny, a little palate cleanser. Guys, I know Cheese is no longer with us, but I found his Reddit account and he wrote this post. Republicans are the empire. Democrats are the rebel alliance. I don't know. I just saw this. I thought it was kind of funny. The Republican Party is the galactic empire. Trump is not just like Palpatine. He is Palpatine. Well, if Palpatine had a golf cart, a spray tan, and the vocabulary of a concussed bantha. What the fuck is a bantha? Every time he speaks, I half expect him to shoot lightning out of his tiny hands and yell, "Do it!" while banning women from reading. Republicans don't, I haven't read this, guys. I didn't realize how fucking stupid this would be. Republicans don't want freedom, they want order. Correct. Authoritarian, boot stomping, helmet wearing, red hat flashing, order based. And just like the empire, they love giant impractical weapons, military budget, and blowing up planets. See environmental policy. Jesus Christ, this is so cringe. Yeah, watch another fucking movie. This is our complaints. I wonder how many let me read some of these comments here. When your side controls 90% plus of the media, academics, and entertainment, you are not the rebels. These people are truly stupid. A lot of people are on board with that. The Jedis are a terrorist cult. Agreed. That whole sub is just bitching about how much they hate Trump. It's like Reddit Inception. What a bunch of whiny bitches. Yeah, dude, that's like, dude, Reddit as a whole, the website is completely unusable. It's almost like the discourse on Twitter. It's just completely, it's not usable. It's not realistic. It's bullshit. The discourse is bullshit. It's fake. It's astroturfed, and dude, this is how they think. And it's one of the many perks of just being vocal, just kind of like, not being a pussy and putting your thoughts and your opinions out there. Like, you weed out people like this. I don't want people like who think like this around me. If I were to hear somebody say this to me unironically, it would be exhausting. I would probably pass out and die of cringe. And I got many good years left, you guys. So I'm not looking to pass on just yet. Let's see. Chaz should drive a train. I don't think my computer will run it very well. Welcome to a salty spittoon. How tough are you? I don't know what that means. Star Wars illiterate doesn't
It's
even
a
know
SpongeBob
about the
reference, bro.
bantha.
Come
Yeah,
on.
I am a Star. I never watched SpongeBob. Yeah, I am a Star Wars illiterate, guys. Dude, I do consume sins on the channel. Of course, I'm not gonna know what the fuck a bantha is. Is that a monster on that snow planet? I feel like
no, that's the Wampa. God, bro.
God damn. Oh, dude. Okay.
Oh!
They're all the nerds are against me. God damn it. Jar Jar's a freak who loves to slurp bantha shit. Oh,
Hey,
bro.
Jar Jar Binks actually, he wasn't the one who originally created, but like Jar Jar Binks made us like popularized a slur. Do you want to hear it?
No.
Hard R or soft A? He said the term bombad clanker, which is just a term for robots and battle droids, and people are now using that as a slur for robots, like as the joke of the robots are being made, they're coming. So it's like, oh, people are in a call center, it's like, are you a fucking clanker? Oh, they're everywhere now. And it's just funny to think that people who know jack shit about Star Wars are using the term clanker. Why do you look so disgusted and disappointed, Gio?
Because I'm disgusted that you know so much about this.
But it's
Dude, I
funny.
haven't watched The Phantom Menace since I was a tiny child. I was literally the size of Nate the Puppet when that came out, okay? And I was with, like, my dad, and hearing this hurts me. It physically hurts.
I'm a clanker lover, Gio, okay? Clang, 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 clang. I'm gonna blue screen that bitch.
Oh, God. Fuck. Polling, betting stuff.
Like,
We're about
imagine being able to have her left titty have a heater in it, and the right titty has, like, an AC unit in it. Like, a normal real woman couldn't compete.
Probably not. Probably
And then
not.
you can put your own, like, actual, like, milk in the breast, so I can actually have chocolate milk straight from the tit. Because she's a clanker.
We're
I
moving
can do
on.
whatever the fuck I want with her.
We're moving on.
And she likes it. No, no, this stream is now all about clanker supremacy and how we all need to just adapt.
Dude,
and
we're about
embrace
to
it.
do the review of Superman.
Oh yeah, my
I just
favorite
I just want to get through some betting stuff really quick. So, most likely to be named in newly released Epstein files, according to Polymarket. All right, so they need to clarify what they mean by named. If they mean like people who are implicated in victimizing little kids. This list is more than half complete. Alan Dershowitz, I don't believe, did anything wrong. Obviously, Donald Trump didn't do anything wrong. Bill Gates should probably be a lot higher. Bill Clinton should be the highest. Prince Andrew is obviously fucking, he fucked around. He's fucking around. But we're also, in my opinion, we're gonna be seeing Matt Groening up on this list. I know he's gone now, but Stephen Hawking. Wait, we have more people on this list as well. Kevin Spacey is at 24%. Kevin Spacey might be there. Kevin Spacey, by his own admission, was hanging out with Epstein and Bill Clinton and young girls. That was his own admission. This list is not complete. We're gonna there's also a couple females on here, and I have it on good authority that there's gonna be quite a few people that are gonna be implicated, and my hope is that they're charged. I don't really care about the files. I want people to be criminally charged, and you're gonna need Ghislaine Maxwell to do that. And it seems like she is gonna be cooperating with the Department of Justice. So we'll see. So again, the phrasing of this is kind of meaningless. So I wouldn't advise anybody to be betting on this. But a good faith reading of it, though, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, and Prince Andrew are probably going to be the ones at the top. And by the way, I wonder what happens in Microsoft if that's the case. Well, anyways, we got to move on. So the new Superman movie came out, and I thought it sucked. I thought it was boring as shit. And I did pay attention to it and watched it throughout the whole thing. So I have some thoughts. But Chaz, you are the guest. I want to hear what you think about the new Superman movie. I know it came out like 2 weeks ago.
I mean,
did you like it? Yay, nay? What's going on with you?
It's really mid. It's they get some aspects of his character right, but then other stuff I don't think worked out very well. Like all the stuff with Jor-El, his father, where like the recording is canonically, go to this planet and like start a harem and slave. And I'm just like, that. Why did they do that? Just as a storytelling reason. They have Mr. Terrific say and corroborate the idea that, oh, I know the guys who would do that. Like, if they say it's real, it's real. Well, they could easily spin it as Lex Luthor has his hands in everything, in every piece of the media. So even if it was faked, which I think it should have been, they could spin it as, even though we know it's faked, now the mass populace thinks it's real. So it doesn't matter if we tell them it's not. Lex said it's true. I'm just like, I see a plot point like that. I'm like, that is so stupid. They could spin it to make Lex even more of a threat, but they didn't because just whatever bullshit. And my brother was actually trying to spin it as, oh, maybe they're trying to set it up that Brainiac fucked with the clip before, Lex saw it. I'm like, dude, you're trying to come up with bullshit reasons to explain something in this movie as if like it makes it any better. There's the completely opposite end of that where no, it's not Brainiac. He didn't fuck with it, and that is just how it is. And he.
All right,
I get so fucking-
Brainiac was not in the
I'm sorry.
movie. Brainiac
Exactly,
was not in the movie.
exactly.
So
He's
we
trying
need
to say that
we
as
need
if
to be
like
judging the movie as is. So all right,
exactly. And I'm
absent
just
that,
like, why the fuck would you say that? Are you trying to justify a bad plot point in this movie just because it might be a plot point in the next one? Like that's what Marvel movies and these expanded universes have done to our brains. When we see egregious plot points, we see moments that are just stupid and not well written, and justify them by, well, maybe they'll fix it in the next one. That's bullshit.
Dude, I don't think there's gonna be a next one. Like
I don't
okay,
want. Like,
so
good. I hope so too.
all right, let me read some of these comments before I get my thoughts.
Yeah,
Because you aren't based, Joe, you aren't prequel pilled. I guess not, bro. I was gonna go see this, but I just decided to watch it on streaming. Yeah, I pirated the film. I didn't pay to see this garbage.
I mean, I saw it in theaters with like the family. So.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever, man. You're with the family. I mean, you shouldn't have consumed. It's the consumes, and we'll get to that later. I found the.
I mean,
Autism
is
channel.
it consuming if I'm still like gonna criticize it and say that there are issues with it?
Dude, the issue with the movie is it just wasn't good. At any point in time, the acting was really mid. The visuals were like meh. My favorite characters, though, if I had one, I think Mr. Terrific was a lot of fun. I thought he was pretty cool.
I thought Guy Gardner was pretty good.
He was Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all right. He was all right as a Green Lantern. I don't remember the Green Lantern having that haircut though, but I could be wrong.
Oh no, that is like.
Is
well,
that the
remember there are
classic
multiple.
haircut?
There are multiple Green Lanterns, Gio. You got.
Oh yeah, I
you
forgot
got,
the
like, Hal
multiverse.
Jordan.
Oh, multiverse. Okay.
No. It's not the multiverse. It's like there are dozens of green. Like there's an entire planet of Green Lanterns, and they're spread all throughout the galaxy. Like the whole point is that they're the police of the galaxy as a whole. And on Earth, there have been like many different Green Lanterns all in the same timeline. Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, and a couple others. So it's not.
What about
multiverse.
who was the Green Lantern that came out like many years ago?
Like the
Ryan
guy
Gosling?
that.
Not Ryan Gosling. Fuck, what was his name? I can't remember his name. He
Well,
was
no,
the Wolverine guy. No, he's Deadpool. Who the fuck played Deadpool? What was his name?
Like I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name.
Okay,
I'm
let me answer this question.
But-
So
yeah,
Brad
yeah,
Skag asked me, what makes acting good, Gia? That's an excellent question. See, as an expert, as somebody who did voice acting myself, what makes what makes something considered good acting? I was just recently watching a movie called Amadeus, and that was brilliant, fantastic. Ryan Reynolds, thank you, Tentacle NAL. So I was watching Amadeus, and there was a scene where the king was talking with Mozart, and he basically, propositions for him to play the piano and to play, this piece that Salieri wrote, the Italian composer. So he's playing the thing, and the gestures and the interactions between these characters were just so fluid. They were all on point, and even though some of the characters weren't even speaking, they were saying a lot by their facial expressions, by their body movements, and it was just so good. Really great example of, if you haven't seen that, I was also watching some clips recently because they were recommended to me on YouTube. Boardwalk Empire, the acting in that show was fantastic. 10 out of 10, rock star cast. All those guys are seasoned pros. That is good acting. If you watch The Wire, that show, that is good acting. If you watch
I remember
the
The
most
Wire.
recent show that I watched, from first to the 5th season recently was Fargo, and it also had rock stars in every season. Like Billy Bob Thornton was the antagonist in the season 1. Just 10 out of 10. I mean, that is good acting. The acting in Superman felt very surface level. There wasn't any depth to any of these characters, and this is one of the fundamental problems of Superman. The characters had no depth. A couple of them were interesting. Like, I liked Mr. Terrific. I thought they did him really well. He was probably the most interesting one, which is kind of funny because he's kind of like a robotic nerd, sort of. But he was the better character, in my opinion. But other than that, the majority of the characters were all surface level. There was no depth to any of these characters. And one of the main problems with the Superman movie, the James Gunn Superman movie, is that James Gunn and the people that put this film together are assuming that everyone's just going to get it. You know, they're just going to get it because it's Superman. Everybody knows. And there was no attempt to really flesh out the background of this version of Superman. There was no attempt to, you know, bring a little bit of depth to the relationship between Superman and his love interest. What's her name? Lois Lane? Yeah. And Lex Luthor, you know, like in the comic books, in the cartoon, you know, like this guy is, you know, he's like a government official. At one point, he becomes the fucking president. Like the guy is supposed to be, you know, like he's supposed to be a very serious person. He kind of reminds me of Jeff Bezos of Amazon, and he was just kind of like goofy and cartoonish, sort of, and just like not really threatening at all.
Well,
So,
I mean, like,
you know, like I just didn't
it's
think
a
the
comic book film. I think having the main villain be more of a comic book villain is fine.
Well, more not comic book villain, like in the sense of like, oh, it's a comic book, but just like comical, you know, like it's a fucking joke, and I think it didn't really do the original content justice, the original Lex Luthor justice, and it just, again, it's just like, okay, we get it, like, you know, Superman falls here, he's from Kansas, you know, whatever, and everything things just happen. I mean, that's another problem with the film. Things are just happening. And if you don't know really anything about Superman, like none of the shit makes sense. There was like the Pocket Universe. What the fuck was that? There were a lot of characters thrown at you. Most of us aren't even familiar with that
definitely
shit.
like that's easily one of my biggest
so there was just a lot
there are
of
too
shit.
many characters.
There was just a lot of shit thrown at you, and it's one of the things that I do really appreciate about the Superman that came out with what was the character's name? Fuck, why am I spacing on these?
Not Michael Bay.
No,
like
the most recent one with the big fucker.
Jason Momoa.
No, that was Dawn of Justice. Who was the Superman in Dawn of Justice? Who was the Superman in Batman?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. So that Superman, like, dude, if you watch the trailer to Henry Cavill's Superman movie, it is so fucking epic. I mean, I didn't even think those movies were that good, but it was so epic, and it took the content very, very seriously. And I just didn't feel like this took it seriously at all. You know, like the mom and the dad from Kansas, you know, like we get their motivation, we get their backstory. It's really short and to the point. But it gets the point across. And in this film, they're just like fat country bumpkins, and it's kind of racist, if you will. I don't know. Like I hate to sound like a woke tard, but again, like they just weren't trying.
I don't think they were racist.
It was just bullshit. Like they're just throwing shit at the fucking screen, and like it just comes. This comes across as like a giant cash grab. Like, okay, maybe the super dog is kind of cute, but like
Crypto.
Yeah, Crypto the dog. I didn't even know that was a thing. Is
Crypto
that in the comic
Bitcoin.
books? Is that a comic book character?
Yeah. Crypto is like an actual character.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like they took it seriously. And again, it's like a tearjerker, you know, because you're kind of sad. I was more worried about the dog than like anything else happening in the film. And there was a lot of wokeness in the film. They were trying to do like a Gaza v Israel type thing, but it was more like it was kind of like a Gaza v Russia, because what was it, the Brav Bazolians or whatever, the I'm just gonna call them Russian. So there's like this fake Russian country, and they're like beating up on these brown people. And I guess they were going to go to war with them to lure out Superman or something. I don't know. It was really stupid. So there's some wokeness sprinkled in there, and I didn't really like it. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, the movie just sucked. The movie just fucking sucked, guys. I don't know what to tell you. And what am I... Hold on, let me drink some of this water really quick. Let me read some of these comments, too.
In my opinion, the movie... there are also some... just bad sound design decisions as well. Anytime the hawk girl was on screen fighting, she had this shrill shriek, like in the movie theater, mind you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like the movie theater is going to be louder and all that shit, right? But the sound mixing in the fight scenes were god awful. The sound effects were way too loud. It was jarring. And then you add in like a sudden like screech sound. it was just too much. I
Yeah,
couldn't stand it.
the hawk girl didn't blow wind up my skirt, that's for sure. Acting is good or bad depending on how accurately the performances depicts the vision of the director. Well, no, not necessarily the vision of the director. I mean, that is important, but it's more like, do you believe what you see on the screen? Or is the immersion gone, or is it maintained? The acting is going to make or break that. Lex Luthor was made very well in the animated Justice League show and Justice League Unlimited. That was peak era of superheroes animation, like Batman, Superman, and Batman Beyond. Yeah, I remember Batman Beyond when I was a little kid. When I like in the '90s, I really loved Spider-Man. I think I watched a little bit of X-Men, the Ghostbusters cartoons, and some of the comedy stuff. I really liked 3 South, The Critic, and The Simpsons. Unfortunately, Matt Groening is also a part of the Epstein shit, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I don't know. Like like the movie though. I just like, do we really need another fucking Superman movie? We had Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor when that Batman Superman existed. Then we had Henry Cavill's Superman, and then we have this Superman. Again, it's just, I feel like it's diluted. And like there was an opportunity to do like really fun shit with a lot of these with these IPs, if you will. And I feel like they blew it. I think the best comic book shit that came out was really the Dark Knight series with Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale. Like that was easily one of the best comic book movies I've ever watched. That Dark Knight series was amazing. It was so much fun, and it took it one. They had rockstar actors, so the actors were top notch. The sound, the sets were amazing. The sound design was great. Everything was just top notch and high effort. And then maybe like the first 6 or 7 the Marvel movies, Iron Man and beyond, they took it seriously. Like they took what they were doing seriously, and they were also having a lot of fun with it. Like the first Avengers movie, I swear to God, like again, I know I shit on Cape shit a lot, but the Avengers movie, the first one, was probably one of the most funnest experience I've ever had in a movie theater. And I mean, and that is what cinema should have been, and that's what a lot of the stuff should have been. But again, it's just splitting off in so many directions, and they're just throwing way too much at the people, and it's just not good, guys. It's just not good. And also one of my biggest gripes about this whole fiasco with Superman, and also I wanted to tie this in with the Epstein shit as well, because a lot of people, especially like on the so-called
Lex
dissident
Luthor's
right,
on the list, by the way.
Yeah, Lex Luthor's on the list for sure. All these people are like whining and crying about like President Trump and how he's on the list, and everyone is like taking like this super epic stance against pedophilia and shit like that. But they went and they saw this film that was made by James Gunn. Let me go ahead and pull this up because I want to read some of the tweets that I found from James Gunn. So if I just actually no, I have it right here on Discord. I have it right here. I'm just gonna read it to you guys. You're gonna have to take my word for it. All right. So let's see. This is I'm not even kidding, guys. This is a post from James Gunn. He retweeted Peter Alton. I like it when little boys touch me in my silly place. Shh. Photo shoot with all these stupid people. Who cares? Trying to maintain a semi-chub so that I'll look impressive in these photos. James Gunn again writes, the Hardy Boys and the mystery of what it feels like when Uncle Bernie fists me. Okay. He also writes, the Expendables was so manly, I fucked the shit out of the little pussy boy next to me. The boys are back in town! ! Guys, I'm not just saying this for fun. I'm reading James Gunn's tweets. I mean,
they're kind of funny.
I'm just saying, these people, these warriors against fucking little kids. And then in the same fucking day, they're like, oh, dude, the new Superman was so great, and so is anti-Gaza or anti-Israel or whatever. 3 men and a baby they had sex with. #unromantic movies. This may be the plant version of adopting a damaged 12-year-old girl who steals your money and accuses you of molesting her. This is what James wrote. He wrote that in 2009.
Come on, those are just like stupid, edgy tweets. Like,
really? About to vomit as I'm stuffed with tofu and eggplant. I'm Louis Andersoning my ass out, just the fat, not the little boys. I'm looking at, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 posts about fucking little boys. Eagle snatches kid is what I call it when I get lucky. Is what James Gunn said.
No, I really do think these are just like edgy tweets that are just there to like rile people up because they're just edgy for the sake of being edgy. Like,
I don't know.
you know, that's like, no, the second we start trying to, you know, like we're doing what the left does by, you know, policing tweets and stuff. It's like pretending that it's anything more than it really is where we get, you know, laws that are, you know, silencing what people can say on the internet.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that, and again, like I'm not like saying put James Gunn in jail or anything like that, but I mean, again, if somebody like if some guy made 15 separate comments in my presence about touching little boys, I wouldn't want them around my kids. I wouldn't want them in my neighborhood. I wouldn't want them at my parties. If I'm in the club, I'm telling the bouncers to get this fucking creep out of there. I ain't gonna fucking throw down on the dance floor and throw fucking elbows knowing there's a fucking pedophile right next to me. And again, like a lot of these so-called influencers, they're throwing and they're smearing and maligning President Trump, and they're engaged in this faux outrage about President Trump. But then they willingly go out of the way to go to the movies, spend $50 to go see this shit, this fucking garbage slop film made by a guy who actually made these comments. President Trump doesn't talk like that. He doesn't say anything about fucking little kids or anything like that at all. He doesn't joke about it. It's just not a thing that happens. So there's a lot of hypocrisy there, and it just showed me, it shows to me how fake and dishonest the discourse is on the internet. So they'll consume the product of a guy because it placates their fucking soy quota or whatever. They'll consume this slop, and they'll totally dismiss the fact that James Gunn is that guy who says those things. And then President Trump is being falsely accused by the modern left and by the legacy media of literally being associated with torturing these little kids. And they run along with it, and they're like, where's the list? Release the list. He has something to hide, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. I think the guy saying he wants to fuck little boys probably has something to hide. Because it is Hollywood. And he was saying this during Obama's heyday. So there's just a lot of hypocrisy, man, and it really pisses me off. And I see the Superman shit, and it really is the face of the internationalist community. It's the face of this resistance woke shit. I know that it's just like, and I called them out, guys. And again, like, I don't care if people fucking like me or not. I don't care if people get offended at the things that I say. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and be dishonest. I know it's hard. I know it's fucking, like, it's hard to hear this shit. But generally speaking, like, I've been correct more than not. I was the earliest defender of Trump to my own detriment during this whole Epstein bullshit fake discourse. And now as we speak, we're on the precipice of maybe not getting the so-called files because it doesn't really work that way. But we are on the precipice of seeing people be criminally charged for victimizing little children. And right now, as we speak, the modern left is preparing their audiences to completely reject everything that they are about to see within the next few months. They're rejecting everything they're seeing about the Russiagate scandal that was just exposed by Director Gabbard. They're completely about to reject everything that Ghislaine Maxwell is about to say and who's about to be charged. And when it comes time, because things are happening behind the scenes, because I know some shit that's happening behind the scenes, and we're going to see some meaningful reform regarding how we vote. And they're already primed not to believe it and to resist it. Like, dude, they got caught stealing money from Americans via USAID. And they went out in full force to defend people that were funding terrorism and doing all this shady shit. And to an extent, funding movies like this. Because a lot of Hollywood is subsidized by the federal government. Probably not anymore, but, I mean, that's just a reality. And it's largely why I preach against the goy slop that is modern entertainment, modern cinema. And when people think like there's like deeper shit going on behind the scenes, like none of this is deep. None of this is good. Like it literally is propaganda. This is fucking woke propaganda. It was it was kind of sneaky. It was subversive. It wasn't banging you over the head, but it came really close, and I noticed it. So yeah, let me read some of these comments here. He made Tromeo and Juliet, a movie about incest. I don't even know what that is. James Gunn did that. It doesn't surprise me. Get him, Chaz. He's being a nanny about free speech. look, man. I'm not saying that James Gunn should be censored, but I expect, you know, coherency, a coherent ideology on display. That's what I expect. So when these fucking douchebags like the fucking retards over at the Timcast IRL show, and people like Luke Radowski or whatever, when they're shitting on the president and they're giving this guy grief and just being totally slimy, where's that outrage at people like Andrew Tate, who has been credibly accused of doing worse things? And he is criminally charged. And dude, the guy's on fucking video doing awful fucking things to women. Like, it's on video. And for whatever reason, they grant this guy all the fucking leeway in the world, but not Trump for whatever reason. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh shit. I lost my mini display? What's going on here? Chaz, are you still with me?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my
like
mini display.
go off, King.
Yeah. Let's see. You're dismissing the fact that people think James Gunn makes good films and they don't want to cancel him over edgy jokes.
Yeah, like they did do that for a bit. Like, look at these tweets you made back then, and it's like,
let me fix
you know,
this.
he was saying, if I remember correctly, his response was like, "Yeah, I made like dumb, edgy tweets 10 years ago. You know, like, I'm sorry about it." And pretending like we all haven't, like Gio, I know like you're, you know, a saint and all, if you've never made a distasteful joke, you know, ever, but like, you know, let's not pretend like it's actually anything more than him just saying outrageous shit to get people to respond.
Look, I'm with you on that. Like, look, I'm not pretending I'm a fucking saint. I know I'm a sinner. I know I am edgy. I know I'm offensive. You know, when I'm on Twitter, I'm just swinging my fist in every direction, and it's a fight. It's a bar fight, you know? But I'm not talking about fucking little kids, though. I've never made those comments in private or online. I'm not interested in thinking about those things or saying those things. And I think that there's something really weird about someone like James Gunn, who makes content primarily targeted towards little kids, and then talking about fucking little kids. Now, I'm not saying he should be in jail or anything. I'm not saying, you know, he should be censored or banned or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, these fucking influencers that are going to go after our president, why not extend that courtesy to James Gunn? Why not extend that courtesy to Andrew Tate? People who are doing an infinite amount of harm, way more than President Trump. Well, I don't think President Trump's doing harm, but you guys get the point. I just see hypocrisy here. And all these fucking dorks, every single one of them fold. They all fold. Like Tim Pool recently. He made some comment about Ben Stiller, I think. Ben Stiller responds to him and calls him a fucking nerd. He just he's like, fuck you, you're a stupid nerd. And what does Tim Pool do? He drops to his knees, unzips Ben Stiller's pants, and starts sucking his cock on Twitter. Like a fucking cuck, soy, bald fuck boy that he is. And he's like, dude, I loved you in Tropic Thunder, bro. It was, let's see if we can find it. Because it was so fucking pathetic. So none of these people got convictions, bro. Like, not a single one of these people believe what they say. I do. It's why I have so many enemies. Let's see, Tim Pool. Let's find this shit, because it was so fucking funny. Let's see, Tim Pool, like Dimfool. Let's see. I'm gonna just type in Tropic Thunder. See if I can find it. Oh, whoops. It's not it. Sorry, guys. I'm boomering this up. Let's see. Tropic Thunder. Yeah, just so you guys can see it. Oh, he probably deleted it. Let me see. Let me just type in Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller. Tim.
Shouldn't you go to like YouTube for this, or is it just?
No,
like
it was on this. It was on here.
Oh.
Damn, I can't find it. Let's see. Removing Tim Pool's beating and millions of rubles Trump.
I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't find it. Whatever. I promise you guys it happened, though. It's somewhere on the internet. Let's see. You don't know anything about him. He had his start in trauma. He's always been edgy. I'm not saying I know anything about him, but I know what I read, though. Free speech shines light on people like a moth to a flame. I don't hear Chaz. What happened to him? What have you done? No, he's still here. Chaz, speak.
No, like, I am still here. Gio, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just loud and clear. All
Is
right.
he bullshit? He's probably just bullshitting. Unless someone like Brad says it, I'm just going to assume he's bullshitting.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at the levels here. All right, well, we got to move on. Shit, I got to play creepy music for this one. So we got alien captured on ring camera. Is it
bullshit.
real?
Fuck off.
Well, we're gonna find out.
It's gonna be some stupid AI shit, man.
No. Here we go. It's only 50 seconds.
Oh
long.
no, Bigfoot caught.
A
No.
ring
Yeah,
camera
go
in
ahead.
California captures what appears to be an alien-like creature walking through a woman's backyard. I'm not totally convinced here, but check it out for yourself.
I can't hear the video now.
Oh wait, are you serious?
Well, I mean, like, was his audio muted or?
No. Hold on. Let me.
I
look at my
could hear.
settings.
No, I could hear it for a second, and then like it suddenly cut off.
What? Really? Hold up. All right, here we go. Oh, there it is.
It's not real.
It's not real.
Sorry to be a dead. Nope, it's not. Sorry to be
Alright.
a hater.
All right, so if we're bringing this story back to Earth, this could be based off of the size. It's probably Destiny. This looks to be like a very short, freakish humanoid. So maybe it's just Destiny rummaging through somebody's trash. But they're claiming this is an alien. This has it doesn't even have 1 million views. Yeah, I'm not really convinced this is real. All right, we gotta move on. I thought that'd be more interesting. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Hold up. So have you seen what's her name? Brittany Sweeney? Or
Yeah,
is
I
that her
have
name?
seen like the genes ad.
Yeah.
Genes
So
are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color,
Okay,
personality.
I could hear.
Genes are passed.
Okay, I can hear it, and then like it's cutting off. Is it because you're playing your music as well?
no, I'm not playing any music. The music is off.
Okay, just hit play then.
All right, here we go.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
No, just hit play and see if it works.
Yeah.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has
No, it's weird
Genes are
because like
Genes.
I hear the first part just fine, and then it's
You know what?
completely
Hang
silent
up.
until the very end.
Hang up the call and call me again, because the call probably got disrupted because my mini display. took shit. All right.
It'd be really funny if I just hung up and didn't come back.
I know that would be kind of sussy. All right. So am I sharing my screen again? You know what? Let me stop
I think
sharing
it's just- Okay.
and let me reshare it. Yeah, because it probably got disrupted. What am I? Where's my window capture preview? There we go. Okay, here we go. All right. So yeah, and then so everyone's like kind of like chimping out about it, about this ad. So here's Doja Cat freaking the fuck out. This is pretty funny. I like her accent.
From
Here.
parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
It's kind of funny trying to shit on a woman for having blonde hair and looking the way that she does, and then trying to emulate her and do exactly what she's doing. And I'm like, yeah, she's just mad. Her hair has always been fake as fuck. Yeah, Doja Cat. She doesn't have really nice hair. She's always wearing a piece. There was this hilarious video of like this like woke tard chick, and she's like, overweight, and she's like, I can't believe people want to watch it. I'm like, you can't believe that people want to look at like a beautiful thin blonde blue-eyed woman who doesn't like have a bunch of hideous distracting piercings on her face and a bunch of ugly tattoos. That confuses you. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see this. And I mean, again, me personally, like I don't really watch ads, so I wouldn't know about this unless like Libs of TikTok wasn't playing that video. Hey Doja Cat. Oh, here's a. Hey Grok. Is Doja Cat's current hair color natural, or did she modify it to resemble hair of a different genetic makeup? Doja Cat's natural hair color is dark brown, based on her Zulu and Ashkenazi Jewish heritage. In her latest TikTok, it's bleached blonde. I don't think that hair is bleached. I think that's a wig. Yeah, it looks like a wig, and it's behaving like a wig. I'm almost certain that it is. So I don't know. What did you think of this? I don't really get the Sydney Sweeney hype. I thought her name was Brittany Sweeney. Again, I don't really do the celebrity worship shit. So like all this stuff is kind of foreign to me. But like, what do you think, Chaz?
Well, I mean, I think it's just like the pendulum has swung all the way back because Calvin Klein had ads of like a morbidly obese black woman talking about how how she's hot shit, right? And now the pendulum swung back to a skinny, attractive white woman talking about her jeans.
Yeah, and she's wearing a full body jean suit. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just the pendulum swung back in the other direction, and let's just roll with it, see where it goes. But yeah, I don't really follow Sydney Sweeney. I'm not worshiping her ass, but I wish I was eating her ass right now.
It's a Doja Cat. Spewing her jealousy, the non sees with jealousy and resentment in the face of European beauty. Many such instances. Yeah, I mean, this is really what it is. This is like there's just a lot of people that are like brutally jealous of Sydney Sweeney's beauty. And again, I don't like to do the sim shit, but like she is, probably an easy 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. What is this? So this is racist. Disavow. Let's see. Early life. We're not gonna read that. This isn't the own that they think it is. Like she's obviously making these exaggerated faces, but again, this hair is 100%
trying to
fake.
get like reaction.
She's like, oh, all them hicks and them jeans. Yeah, dude, yeah, this is even a real hair. See this right here? This is definitely a hair piece. There it is. Yeah, so the jealousy is real. I mean, just embrace your beauty like this chick. She doesn't put on the front. I mean, she did dye that hair. It's not her natural hair color, but whatever. Oh god, it's funny. All right, let's move on. Let's see what else we got here. Ex-user Will Sansel threatens lawsuit after Elon's Grok AI bot posts instructions on how to break into his house and rape it. I'm not gonna read all that shit. That's old news, but god damn, that is so funny. Well, I guess this is what AI is gonna do if AI finds a human host or obtains a robotic body. It's going to victimize Will Stansel. How funny is that?
So true.
Oh man, this right here. We talked a little bit about the fake discourse on the internet. Alt-right YouTuber Lauren Southern alleges in memoir that Andrew Tate assaulted her in naughty ways. Under Chronic had a lot of funny shit to say about this, and for the most part, I'm in 100% agreement with what he said. I don't know, Chaz, do you have anything to opine on this matter regarding Andrew Tate?
Not really. It's like I don't know what Lauren Southern said. I don't care about Andrew Tate. Yeah, he traffics women and he's a shit person. It's like I don't need Lauren Southern to corroborate those facts to me, right? It's like,
yeah.
Okay. Andrew Tate, tried trafficking Lauren Southern. It's another day that ends in Y. That's mine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go over the whole story or read this article or anything like that.
Obviously, I'm wrong about him trying to traffic
summarize
her,
it. I'll summarize it really quickly. Long story short, she is with Tommy Robinson and like a bunch of these like alt-right, white warriors or whatever. And they're like doing coke and shit, and then she ends up meeting with these crypto bros, one of them being like Andrew Tate, and he like lays down all this charm and shit, and she's getting fucked up at the club, and then they go back to I guess his house or whatever, and she claims that he forced himself on her, and like I'm probably in agreement with the things that Chronic said, where it's like this is just where it was inevitably going to end up. Where this woman, Lauren Southern, is, this quasi warrior for the white race. And she's getting all of this attention. She's making all of this money being like this anti-feminist, being this anti-wokester. And behind the scenes, though, she's living a very decadent lifestyle. She's drinking. She's like banging all these dudes. She blew Tommy Robinson or something, apparently. And I'm not really convinced that that the event happened as she details, and she's also trying to pretend that like this wasn't about the money. or trying to sell her shitty book. It 100% is. And it's not going the way that she thinks it's going, because she got ratioed like a motherfucker. I think the red pill, the manosphere, whatever, has essentially won this war. I don't want to say the war is over, but I think it's almost over, because the reaction was just like a torrent of ridicule against Lauren Southern and her dishonesty. And I don't know if it was Chronic that stated this, but I read it or I heard it from him, but it makes all the sense in the world. So she's obviously disillusioned with how things transpired on the so-called alt-right. It didn't work out for her. She got ran through. She got passed around like a blunt at a party. And obviously she was really upset. None of those guys wanted to commit. She had a mystery meat child, etc. And then she started hooking up with Destiny, allegedly, right? Is what I heard. So she tried to get mixed up with him, and she was trying to, I guess, do the I'm a centrist and I'm not on either side thing. And that didn't work out for a number of reasons. And now she has nowhere to go. And now at this point, she's trying to drop this book and be this like eternal victim. I was, taking advantage of, and I went through this horrific ordeal with my mystery meat husband, who was a Fed or whatever. So that didn't work out. She got kicked out. She was almost homeless or whatever, which I don't really believe, but whatever. And then it was like, I'm going to be like this centrist, and I'm going to be, middle of the road. I'm no longer a warrior for the white race. That didn't really work out. Now she's trying to be like this hashtag Me Too feminist, and no one is buying it. And it's weird because I mentioned earlier, a lot of these influencers, they're more than willing to criticize Trump, but they're not going to, for whatever reason, they don't want to touch Andrew Tate, which is really funny to me. Really, really fucking funny to me. And it's like, dude, like, you lost. Your own friends that you used to stream with, you've been on their shows, they're not coming to your defense. Like, this made a big splash, not because of people like Tim Pool or because of people like Eliza Blue or any of these other fuckboys. This went nuclear because of people like Under Chronic, Andrew Wilson and JF, all like the genuine edgy people, all the dissident artists and shit and content creators. They're the ones that came out and were just fucking blasting Lauren Southern for being the fraud that she is. And she is a fraud. So is Andrew Tate. And then I hope that all these people destroy themselves. The less of them, the better. And then, frog supremacy can reign supreme. Let's see. Tired of streaming to zero. What the fuck is this? Dude, there's a lot of fucking spam on Twitch and on Kick. That's really upsetting me. Kanye West, Lauren Southern, Nolan North. Who is these? I don't know what that means, Brad. I can see the Lauren Southern thing either way. She is the type of to lie about this sort of thing, and he is the type to have actually raped her. Yeah, Carl Johansson, that is true. It could go either way. Again, like, I'm not like gonna cry about it if it's true, and I'm not gonna cry about it if it's false. I'm just saying what I believe. I think the story is bullshit. And again, just kind of piggybacking on what Chronic said, this woman, and I also talked about it at length too on this show as well. She was willing to sue and dox Sandman. She was willing to do that. But when people try to get information about her past, about her personal life, and this is, again, she's a public figure. She makes films. She's been shouted out by the president. Like she's a popular, influencer or whatever, or at least she was. But so getting certain salacious details about her personal relationships with some of the men that she's, who she's fucked or whose dick she sucked, that's off limits. But when but Sandman's documents, that's totally fair game. And again, Sandman was targeted by the federal government of the United States. Like that's not a joke. And then also Lauren Southern was getting all that Tenet Media money. Again, she's just really fucking weird, and that fell apart too. That's another thing that fell apart. Like, again, I hate to say it, but maybe Pisco Liddy has a point about some of these people. Actually, no, he doesn't. I take that back. Because it was weird, because he was going after Tim Pool over the Tenet Media shit, and I kept asking him, why do you not extend that courtesy to Lauren Southern? Because she's right there with him, dude. And it was because she was mixed up with Destiny. So whatever, man. Fuck all these people. These people are all dog shit. And as soon as when these influencers are done with, and a new crop of content creators and artists and shit like myself are able to push through this, and like again, like I want guys like me to be boosted and to get notoriety, to climb up there in the so-called algorithm, because I believe that we deserve it more than these guys do. And that was honestly one of the biggest gripes that I had against a lot of these influencers, because they're like, oh, the culture war, my culture war. Well, that's funny because you guys highlight all these dirtbags, you guys signal boost all these dirtbags like Lauren Southern and Andrew Tate, but you want to extend that courtesy to people that have been unfairly deplatformed, like members of the war band or myself or anything to that effect. It's just really, really weird, man. It's really, really weird. And, like I said, I've just been kind of disillusioned with it. And I want to primarily focus on the puppets, and I want to primarily focus on my shop more so than any of this other shit. Because, again, like a lot of this discourse is just legitimately fake. It's legitimately fake. Even the poster that I have a lot of respect for, and I still do, Mark Mitchell, like the guy's coming out and he's like attacking President Trump. And again, I don't expect people to be a cheerleader for Trump. I love Trump, but I'm more than happy to laugh at him, goof on him. I call him Orange Man. I have fun with it. I'm not like cat turd and shit. And again, so it's not like dude, it's like you want us to take your criticism of President Trump seriously, but you bring on to your show a fucking QAnon boomer. You signal boost a QAnon boomer, and QAnon is only meant to waste your time and to embarrass MAGA. That's all it is. And again, he wants to be taken seriously as a genuine pollster. But I don't know, man. I'm just coming disillusioned with the whole thing. And same with Richard Barris. Like Richard Barris is also kind of doing the same thing. And I feel like they're lashing out. I feel like there's a more so Richard Barris and Mark Mitchell, because I feel like they've been shut out. They've been shut out of the Trump world for whatever reason. That's just what it looks like to me. I could be wrong. And again, I like Mark. I think he's a good man. But it's like, dude, like, why do you have me on your show, man? Actually, somebody who understands strategy, who understands the political landscape and understands the players that are involved. Because a lot of these guys don't. I don't know what Richard Barris's background is. Like, I know he's worked for some politicians on a professional level doing polling for them. But like, I actually worked for these people. And again, like I've been on the ground. Like I understand this better than most do. And they're saying a lot of shit about the midterms, which is like over a year away. So I don't want to talk about that shit, but like, they're just wrong. I think they're fundamentally wrong. Let's see. When Sasuke and Naruto had their big fight in the Final Valley, that was as good as the first part of the battle between Goku. What the fuck? Okay, guys. All right, where's my wrench? Delete this anime shit out of the chat. I don't want to see that at all. We need to move on.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't want to see anime stuff. Let's see. What is this shit? I'm not going to read this whole thing, but researchers conspired to hide tests to dim the sun to avoid scaring the public. And people wonder why I'm so antagonistic and hostile towards the scientific community. And again, I took a lot of bows and arrows for the frogs. I took a lot of bows and arrows for humanity, calling out these demonic forces within the scientific community. And they want to do shit like this. By the way, this is like a prelude to like an apocalyptic movie right here. It's like, yeah, we're going to dim the sun. And then it's like we have like an ice age as a result. So yeah, this is what they're up to, you guys. This is what they're up to. But we need to move on. Let's see, what do we got here? All right, oh, dude, this is consume sins. Oh, shit. Let's see. Disney adults are the most insufferable people on the face of the earth, says Amari King. It's even worse when they're the size of minivans and need mobility scooters to haul their fat asses around the park.
Are you
all right,
looking to rent a scooter for your upcoming trip to Disney World or Universal, but you weren't sure where to begin? Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus-size Disney tips and tricks.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a bit obnoxious. Sorry.
Fuck, dude, how do I fix this? Dude, the only way that I think I can fix it is restarting OBS, bro. Hold up. You know what? Let me just restart Discord entirely. Give me 1 second. It's like I said, it's mostly on my end. 1 second, guys.
Okay.
Oh God, amen. Amen, guys. Consume sins. Everybody in the chat, confess your consumed sins. What have you consumed? Have you consumed? Have you committed a crime against the Lord? I need to know. The Lord wants to know. All right, Chaz, brother.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Right. I hear you.
All right, good. All right, so we have here. All right, is it still cutting in and out?
If you know us, you know by now that we always recommend Gold Mobility when it comes to theme park scooter rental. They have scooters to fit all of your needs. Whether you're looking for a portable scooter that can fit in your car or a larger scooter with a higher weight capacity, Gold Mobility has what you're looking for. To make your experience even more comfortable, they've added some new premium accessories. We tried out the foldable canopy as demonstrated here by Ashley Vanna White. It's incredibly easy to assemble and provides much needed shade and protection from the Florida sun. Another accessory that we tried out is the insulated basket cooler. This cooler fits perfectly in the basket and can be used to keep your drinks and snacks cold and protected from the heat. We always order cases of water to our room, and being able to keep it in the basket cooler to keep us hydrated throughout the day is the best. It can also be removed from the basket so you can bring it to your table with you. As always, Gold Mobility scooters come included with a standard fan, cup holder, and phone holder. Also, Gold Mobility will deliver the scooter to your resort or vacation rental. Their scooters have an amazing battery life and can withstand even the most jam-packed park day. We have really put their scooters to the test. The next time you're looking to rent a scooter in the Orlando or Anaheim area, look no further than Gold Mobility.
Wow. So there are a lot of sins on display here in Dante's Inferno. They would be going to the circle of hell. Sloth, yeah. This is pretty bad.
Yep.
It's just so disgusting to see a lot of this stuff promoted.
Are you looking to rent a scooter for your upcoming...
God. Look at this.
Geo, you need one of these for sure.
I guess, dude, Dude, I'm literally like the size of this woman's leg. Like, what's going on here? Dude. I just want to watch this without a... Dude, they're 2X? I didn't even know 5X was a thing. Jesus Christ. Let me read some of these comments. All right, so we have some comments here. Gio, but did you like the Attack on Titan? I did like what I watched. Stadia Dispatch, thank you. How about the food that just got approved by the FDA? I don't know anything about that. I gotta look into that. I spent like $70 on a date with some horrible 304. Shame on you. Did you at least get something out of it, though? We didn't even eat anything. She's just an alcoholic. Well, you should have known that before you took her out.
Based.
Wouldn't it hurt for them to go for a walk? Maybe they'll lose some weight, assuming they don't eat the slop they sell at the park. Of course they're going to eat the slop. Crowdfund a Tard scooter for Geo. No, I don't want a Tard scooter. God damn it. Let's see. We're going to need to read some Bible verses. We're going to again, let's see. Let me look through here. All right. Tard scooter. Hideous. You guys are awful human beings. So we got John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. A foundational verse about God's love and salvation. How can you receive salvation if you pollute and destroy the body that you have been given at birth? Shame on these people. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. That is right. That is a comforting verse about God's care and provision. That's Psalm 23:1. Do you care about yourself enough? Probably not if you look like this. Again, there are so many things going on in these people's lives for them to turn out this way. Do we have more consumed sins? I think so. Oh no, this. All right, I'm gonna play this clip, Chaz, and I want you to give me your honest opinion. I'm gonna shut up once this clip is done. I want you to just tell me what you think. All right, so This is about a young boy. He's a teenage boy. I'm 16 and live like it's the 1940s.
I might watch an old movie, but I can't stand video games. Everyone wants to play football or they want to play Fortnite. I just don't see that. I prefer more of the old style of cycling around, just looking at stuff, going around and catching a train, finding nature places, or just doing what everyone used to do back then, just live their life and carry on.
This treasure trove, with every surface covered in pictures, clothing, memorabilia and knickknacks from the 1930s and 40s, isn't in a museum. In fact, it's the bedroom of a 16-year-old boy whose passion for the past was first sparked a few years back.
I think it was about when I was about 8ish when I started watching movies about like Titanic, and I started enjoying like that Edwardian era and seeing all the clothing, dressing, all the music. And then I ended up getting into like the First World War, which was the main start of the war passion. And leading on to the Second World War, you just start learning about music they had, the era, how the pilots, which was the main interest, was the Battle of Britain, the late war RAF, and the Royal Navy was the main passion. I liked the clothing and how they dressed and the style, and then just the elegancy of how everyone was and it acted, and I just think it was a nicer era.
And Lincoln's not just filled his room with the 1940s, he's also managed to find work at a tea room near Ipswich, which fully embraces the period as well.
He's autistic. the kids, he's 6 years old. He fell into like the World War II autism pipeline, and rather than come out, giving some Zeke Hales and being on, sucking Hitler's dick, he realized I just like the style of the time, and it's like good for him.
You know what? Yeah,
he's got a job. He's going outside. He's got a job. He's going on bike rides.
It's hard to hate on the kid. Yeah, he's touching grass for sure. I like this comment from Morse Code Sup. He's boomer maxing.
No, he is boomer maxing, and you know what? He's got a job and he's interacting with society. Let him do his thing.
Yeah. If anything, this is like quasi anti-consuming. He's he's almost like Amish but cooler, more stylish, more studious. Is there a sin on display here? I think I'm gonna, if I had to, I would argue no. I think this is so unique, and again, if he's autistic, then he's one of us. He's definitely a green skin. All right, let's see. I think that's all I had for consume sinning. What the fuck is this? Man refuses to marry girlfriend. Okay, I think we're done with consume sins. We gotta get into 304 stuff. Man refuses to marry girlfriend with 15K credit card debt. It wouldn't be wise for my finances. And then of course, this is from Sandman.
Based.
Yeah, this is unbelievably based. And if you were to get mixed up with a girl with 15K in credit card debt, we're signing a prenup, and we're not gonna have joint accounts because I'm not gonna be associated with your terrible decisions. We will make love and have a family, but I'm not gonna pay your debts. And I would sit down with her, set up a plan to pay that off quickly, but she's gonna have to pay for it, not you, because that'll make you a simp. And if she gives you static, move on. If you really wanted to pursue a relationship with somebody with 15K, well, he said marry, so they're probably still gonna be together, which is good. I guess he's doing the right thing. I vote based. All right, so what else do we got here? Oh shit, this is a good one. She has a body count of 82. Unreal from Reddit Lies. Girlfriend's body count from Retroactive Jealousy. Wow, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I guess Redditors are so cucked they're getting retroactively jealous. I'm a 30-year-old male, and I've been dating a girl who is also 30 for 10 months. Who I've known for 13 years, but only recently started dating. All right, so you noticed her, but you were invisible to her. Interesting. I love her very much, and there are many great things about our relationship, but I learned that her body count is 82. I'm really not sure what to do. Mine is only 10 because I've been in 2 prior long-term relationships, 7 years and 3 years. I can't stop thinking about her number. It makes me feel jealous and insecure and not special at all. I struggle to sleep every night because I can't stop thinking about what she must have done and what other guys have done to her.
Yep.
She was hanging out at the watchfrog compound, getting passed around by the greenskins, by the frogs and the gators and the snakes. I can't look at her the same anymore because every time she does something cute, I just go to thoughts of her past and it taints it for me. Dude, how sad is that? It's like, happy birthday, here's a cake. And then he's just like imagining her getting pounded by like another dude. I'm also no saint as I cheated on both of my past girlfriends, which my current GF is aware of. Ugh. All right, so it seems like everybody in this story sucks, literally and figuratively. and done plenty of other things while I happen to be single. So I try and use that as more of a reason to accept her past as well. But all I can think about is all the time is 82 different dicks going in her and her just loving it. Any advice on how I can get over these thoughts or what I should do? I can't keep letting it torment me and losing sleep over it forever. Oh yeah, you need to leave her. You need to just magically disappear one day and never see her again. This is, like you said, tormenting you. You can't, there's no fixing this. It already happened. If you want to fix it, you need to build a time machine, go back however many years you've known her, and prevent her from fucking 82 dudes. And then you're going to be the one to live the rest of your life with her. But that's not going to happen because you're not that smart. If you were smart, you wouldn't be with a chick who's banged over 82 dudes. By the way, 82, that's like on the low. That's a conservative estimate. It's probably double.
If that's the number she told him.
Yeah.
It's at least double.
Yeah, she only told him 82 because she's known him for 13 years and she probably saw this poor fucker, pass her by at the bar as she's chatting up with two dudes who are going to tag team her later on. And, she just can't lie. So one day, he is like, what's a body count? What's a body count? 82. Because she just couldn't lie. She couldn't conceal it. Yeah, he's just got to leave. That's just the only solution here if it bothers you that much. All right, moving on. My boyfriend's femininity turns me off. All right, so when they say that they want you to be feminine, it is a lie. I'm 31 and have been dating my 32-year-old boyfriend for 6 months. He's not really my type. Then why are you with him? Again, stupid woman moment. But he's really sweet, caring, thoughtful, funny, enthusiastic about me. So she's at that age where she's ready to settle down. So she's with this feminine guy who's nice. But, dude, again, dude, is a red pill and manosphere right or what? Like, they're just so right about everything. It's kind of scary. I'm really nice and really nice to me. He is a little effeminate, which is a turnoff. He likes flower shirts with the little flowers on them, not the big ones. He likes fruity cocktails. His demeanor is girly sometimes. The way he sits with his legs diagonal sometimes. The way his wrist is limp sometimes. And how he flicks it when he says things. Not all the times when he talks, but sometimes he does that. One time we were eating and I offered him a pita chip and he flicked his wrist and said, "That's salty."
It's salty.
Oh, it's so salty. It just sounded like the way girls talk or a gay man. I told him he's girly and he said, "Yeah, he's a girly boy." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because he's comfortable with me." I said, "You want to be girly when you're comfortable?" And he said, "Yeah." And when I asked why, and he said, "Because girls have more fun with their hair and makeup and clothes, and boys are boring." Oh, man. And then dude, this is exhausting reading this shit. Then he said he's only like that around me. But with everyone else, like his friends or coworkers, he acts like a boy. How about act like a fucking man? And he does manly things I like. He always plans the dates, drives us everywhere, pays for most things, does all the yard work. Okay. Knows how to troubleshoot car issues, fixes things around the house, like lights. Dude, that's not hard. It's just twist it off and twist it back on. It's not really... Okay, whatever. He always cleans, which is nice. But then he says things like, "You never buy me flowers or plan dates." And I asked him if he wanted me to, and he said, "No, it's fine. I'll do it." He said this a few times before, and I'm asking if he's being serious about me driving him around, planning dates, and buying him flowers. And he said no, he's obviously joking about all that, except he thought it would be nice if I plan a date once every few months. Fuck, dude. I don't know. This dude kind of sucks. What do you think? What do you think, Chaz, about this guy?
No, he's just either doing a bit that she thinks, like, he's doing a bit that he thinks is the funniest thing ever, and she's just not having any of it. Or no, like, dude, just get pounded in the ass already, man. Just like you're already down that path. Just do what you got to do.
Yeah, I really like the. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I think this is just one of those things where in a few years, like, she's just gonna leave him. Like, she's gonna have enough of his shit.
Oh yeah, probably.
And, like, she's going to sit around expecting him to propose, and then he's gonna sit around expecting her to propose, and then they're just gonna get sick of each other.
Dude, I don't even know. Like, this is really weird to read. Like, again, like I try not to judge people and like their lifestyles and shit.
No,
but, like,
judge them. Bullshit, Gio. We love judging people and their lifestyles on this channel.
I like this comment here from Ashen Armor. He's not really my type, in quotes. Then just tell him and leave him. I wish women would stop playing with everyone's feelings. This can seriously mess a person up. Yeah, by staying, she's reinforcing, reinforcing this behavior, and it's just not really working. Like, this just doesn't work. And again, like, everything this guy is doing, and the way he's behaving and acting, like, no. No, absolutely not.
Just no.
What is this? If you need one of these, you need a new girlfriend. What the fuck is this shit? Let's see.
If your girl says she's just out with friends every night, you better slap one of these on her car. No, it is not an AirTag. It's a real GPS tracker. And unlike AirTags, this thing doesn't make a sound, doesn't send alerts. She will never know it's there. It's tiny, black, magnetic. Hide it under the seat, in the trunk, wherever. It's got its own SIM, so you can track her anywhere in the world. No Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, just raw location data, whenever you want it. The battery lasts a full year. Subscriptions? None. One-time payment and you're good. Honestly, this thing is the reason some cheaters are finally getting caught. And it's still on sale, for now. So if you're done playing dumb, grab the link and take control.
What are the comments saying? I track my own car. I look forward to it being stolen someday the same way I look forward to a home invasion. Me too. If you think they're cheating and you don't trust them, you should probably just skip the drama and not be with them. Yeah. I mean, this is what, like, again, like, this is something to be really mindful of. This is why you got to choose your partner carefully, because you have to resort to stuff like this. I mean, it's over. And really, you should figure out, like, literally on the first date, whether or not someone is going to be compatible with you, or whether they're going to engage in the kind of behavior that would warrant buying this device. Yeah, I bet the thing is kind of pricey. That looks pricey to me. What the fuck are we watching? We're watching an ad for something to track your cheating partner. All right, so this one was also making the rounds. It's only 9 seconds long. So we had this very thin, attractive woman. Why are so few young men approaching girls now? Massive shift underway where you have 8 and 9s yearning to be chatted up. They get dressed up to go out, but all for nothing.
I better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very fucking simple. I better pay.
I don't know. What do you think men are not approaching women like this, Chaz?
Because we've been told for over like 10 years now not to. That's weird. It's creepy. When she's outside, she's not there. She's not outside for your attention. She's not going outside in public, for you. She's doing it for her, and to leave her alone. And it's like, okay. And now we're like, every year more and more realize, oh, why aren't guys approaching me and blah blah blah. It's just becoming more and more obvious to them. So
oh yeah, so the chat, the commenters are saying this woman isn't a girl. She's about 45 years old. I'd wager she's much closer to 27. I don't know. Let's see. Orange dress good. I don't know what that means. I'm not getting charged with grape so that she can feel like she matters. Sorry, hole. I don't need no man. Has become I don't need no woman, and women fucking hate it. Yeah, a lot of women or a lot of men are just kind of tapping out of dating, and again, so ultimately, like, what we're seeing in this video is a problem. Regular guys don't want to be caught up in your social media ecosystem. We don't want to be associated with some clout chasers bullshit Instagram feed or end up on some Facebook reel and go viral. So a lot of guys are kind of just avoiding approaching women like this. I'm going to be completely honest with women right now. Approaching women in public is kind of a fucking nightmare for a lot of people. And a lot of it has to do, sadly, with the Me Too thing. I don't think the Me Too thing is really the thing. I think a lot of it has to do with just like a lot of these women are clout chasing. A lot of them are seeking validation and attention. And guys don't want to feed into their egos. Guys don't want to be caught up in some social media viral trap.
I don't want her to pull out her phone and
I'm going to be legit honest with you guys. I'm more worried about, being at a bar or a club. And I mean, I still talk to women, but like, in the back of my head, like I still worry that I might, say hi or whatever to the wrong chick, and then she starts recording me. It's like, what the fuck you want? You know, you try to put your hand in my purse or whatever. You know, like you're a fuck boy, and then like I go viral or whatever. Like that does terrify me, and that is a legitimate fear. So the way around that for fellas like myself is now we're on Hinge and Tinder and Bumble, Christian Mingle, J-Date, etc. And you know, it's like, okay, well now we have a record of what was said. You know, it usually goes like, hey, you seem kind of cool. Do you want to hang out tomorrow night? Or, you know, like I'm free Thursday night, you know, or like what day works for you? Let's hang out. You know, I don't like to waste my time fucking around on these apps. You know, I'm not going to sit there and talk to a chick for 2 fucking weeks. That's retarded. So that's what I do. So when I'm out and about, I already have a mission. I know who I'm going to see. I know who I'm going to be with. I know we're going to end up at the end of the night. I'm not on some pussy scavenger hunt. You know, trying to look, if she approaches me, all right, dude, that's a totally different story. You know, whatever she wants me to do, like I'll do it. You know, I'm just saying. But generally speaking, like, no. So I mean, that's largely why. You know, the Joey Swoll thing really comes to mind. You know, with all the clout chasing and whatnot. Like, I just don't want to be caught up in some stupid bitches clout chasing, you know, adventures. Carl, let me see. Let me read some of these. Don't touch the hot plate. You will. Why won't you touch the hot plates? We don't want to get me too'd. Make time for the win. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, every Magic American and Hispanic guy that sees her probably tries. Yeah, probably. They don't have money, Brad. Oh, dude, shade at the Browns. Let's see, they don't have money. These videos are BS. Of course, men approach women. All she has to do is go to a bar to get laid guaranteed. Oh yeah, probably. Carl, you would assume that. Seen heaps of dudes ignore them or even reject them. Yeah, like Friedrich Marx is actually right. Funny story. I was actually with one of my lads. We're at a bar, and there were these 2 women. They're a little bit older. They were probably like late 40s, and one of them was like, she just got out of a relationship, I think, and she was talking about like getting laid and shit. And I was like, I could have made my move, but we were sitting outside, and then of course, like, I think she got into like a fight with like the ex-husband or some shit, like like just like right across the way. It was pretty funny. Some men reject them, but the idea they can't get laid or approach is BS. They all have chads. Well, I don't know about they all have chads. That could be a misunderstanding. They just don't have the commitment that they want from the guys that they want. That is certainly true. Like on the real though, like high value dudes, you know, they got their careers, they got a bunch of shit going on. You know, maybe they're doing a small business, maybe they're on the brink of graduating from college, and you know they're about to embark on the next chapter in their life. And just like messing around with a chick like this is just like a waste of time. Like I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like for me, like dating really sucks. Just because like I'm doing these really expensive home remodels, and you know my career is obviously really important to me, and my shop is really important to me. And even though like it would be cool to have like a fun, fulfilling relationship, but like when I've been going out with women, like I'm not happy, you know, I just like I don't care. It's not fulfilling. It doesn't feel the way that it used to when I was younger. Like when I was younger, it's like, oh, I'm in love, you know, and like I've fallen in love like 12 fucking times, and now I'm just now I have pair bonding issues. So I don't know. It just seems like a waste, dude. Like it feels like I totally get. I like as time goes on, like I 100% understand the MGTOW mentality. Even though like I don't really like preach the MGTOW stuff, I don't really promote it or really follow a lot of.
Let me guess. But, like, every day it becomes more and more. You know what? This is sounding like the strat. Is that how it feels?
I don't know if I feel like it's a strat, but like I 100% understand it. And like right now, like tomorrow, I got to meet with a bunch of contractors because we're trying to we got to fix these air ducts, and I got to do electrical because something was not done right, and I got to put out some fires. And I'm making a lot of money, and like I'm also designing this puppet for this other show thingy, and it's just like, dude, like I'm fucking busy. Like I can't like sitting there at a fucking bar or at a restaurant and like wasting my time talking to like some fucking bitch. Who's also like going to not just have sex with me, but she's gonna have sex with like 3 or 4 other guys or date 3 or 4 other guys that week. Like don't fucking care, man. Like I can't wife somebody like that up. Like I can't be in a serious relationship with a woman like that and then bring her around my family, bring her around my friends, and then like two of them are like, oh yeah, dude, I know who she is. She fucked like so and so and so. It's like, no, I can't do that. Like, dude, like it's gotta be, dude, she's gotta be really fucking special, and she can't have like any fucking baggage. Because I'm at that point where it's like my peace. Yeah, I'm at that point in my life where it's like my peace is so important to me, and my career is really important to me, and you know, like the projects that I'm doing and the people that I've connected with, they're just so meaningful and important. And wasting my time with the wrong woman is so detrimental. And if I could like talk with like the incel bros out there, or just like people are kind of disillusioned with it, like all you got to do is just shut up and win. Kick ass at life, you know, upskill, do what you got to do. And if you find the right one, and you make it work. But trying to force it is just not a good idea. And like, I'm almost like at the point where it's like, I got to delete these apps because it's just like, it's not healthy for me to be on the phone and just like messaging these women and meeting up with them and shit. Like, it's just not good for me. It really isn't. And especially like I got home today and like I wanted to do the show a lot earlier, but I'm like, dude, I'm just exhausted, man. Like I'm up on the phone all day. You know, I'm playing video games all night. I'm working all the time, and whenever I, you know, like friends are visiting from out of town, or on the weekends when I go out with the boys, like I'm just exhausted. Like I don't fucking like I can't do it. Like dude, like how fuck, I can't believe I'm admitting this. Like I'll make love to a woman, and like immediately after I'm done, I'm so fucking exhausted because I'm just not getting enough sleep. I'm just tired, and I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay around, and I just can't do this anymore, man. Yeah, so that's why we're not approaching these women anymore. Let me read some of this shit here. Dating is stupid and hard. Yes and no. Vagina voodoo over Geo is being broken. Thank you, Friedrich Marx. Vagina voodoo. I like that one. Take me here. Take me there. Stop these thugs from breaking into my house. Yeah, they're just, yeah. Women is vagina voodoo over men ends nations. The Jews ain't worth the squeeze anymore. No, certainly not. This is why women are only worth it as house employees. Okay. Geo is acting like he can pull anyone but the local aquarium whales. What? I don't know what you mean, Brad Skag. 3 or 4 fatigue. Yeah, 3 or 4 fatigue sounds right. I know it sounds like an incel, but I am in a relationship with an attractive woman, believe it or not. Well, Carl Johansson, I'm happy for you, and keep it that way. Yes, delete the apps. Kill your brain cancer. Peace without purpose or legacy. Now that sounds really conservative, trad Christian-like. Reminds me of Lindsey Graham vibes. Whoa, Carl, I believe you. You have one, so you know. It's called sex, not making love. They are incapable of love. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ash Blackwin. That is cruel. That is cruel, buddy. All right, let's move on. Shit. I actually have some... what was that?
I was just wondering, like, how much longer do you think you're going for tonight?
Maybe 30 minutes. I want to get through these because there's not that much. Okay. All right, so the male ugliness epidemic is spiraling. I have the cure. I'm sick of seeing males infest public spaces or you know, I'm not gonna read all this. I think a trans person wrote this shit, a transformer. I'm sick of seeing males infest public spaces. Their vomit-inducing, crust-caked faces, pores oozing grease, patchy pubes glued to their flabby chest, yellowing sweat-stained armpits, bloated beer bellies wobbling like spoiled gelatin. I
think this is someone just like schizo posting the same way like a full true cell guy would just be like,
yeah, well, you know what's funny? Like, let's just assume that it was an actual.
I'm sick of seeing all these women walk around with their tits hanging on, blah blah blah.
Like, yeah.
It's the same vibe.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm just like, is this satire? Because this looks like satire to me. Yeah, this reads like satire, but in the event that it's real, and it's an actual woman that posted this, I saw the face reveals of the T app, and I'm like, dude, if those women are like trashing me, like I'm not really worried about anything.
Yeah, exactly. If those were the women calling you an incel, you know what? You're fine.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, Megan Hall, the cop who got dicked down by her entire police department. Married ex-Tennessee cop who got fired after letting the entire department run several high-speed trains under 100 miles per hour, has reportedly landed a surprising new job as a pharmacy technician. So I wrote, good
Right.
Lord, imagine getting giga cucked by this chick and then staying married with her. The man's father failed him. He didn't prepare the boy for the torrent of skanks that he could accidentally marry. Shaking my head, dude. Bro, why? Why would you allow this, dude? I wouldn't just divorce her. I would probably leave the country in shame, and just like. I'd be like that guy from Die Another Day in the James Bond movie where it's like in one scene he's Asian, but then like he comes back and he's like a white guy. I'd just be like, just come back to America. I'm like black. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know who that guy was. I don't know that dude. I don't know anything about that guy who got married to that fucking bitch who cucked him by the entire police department. Let's see. Oh, dude, men need to lower their standards on dating apps. New study shows. Oh man, dude, am I dreaming? I can't fucking believe this. So I don't know about you guys, but it's always the women with the unrealistic dating standards, very openly advertised on their public profiles. So how men rate women, how women rate men. Yeah, so I mean, dude, they don't even see anybody as mostly attractive. This is really, really weird. International researchers analyzed the behaviors of almost 3,000 heterosexual users of Czech dating apps, with their findings published earlier this week in Plus Journal. Stop clickbaiting rag fails to mention the study was done on users of an obscure dating app in Czech Republic. Gets paid anyways. Oh, all right. So well, all right. Well, there it is. Let's see. Oh yeah, what do you think of this chick? She's gone viral, dude. Over 74 million people have looked at this image.
You know what? She's cute. She's fine. She's nice. It's just another woman on the internet that people just like out of nowhere fawn over. It's like, okay.
Yeah, the funny, like what, because people like Sydney Watson, some of these feminists, like they don't understand why this is going viral, and it's actually quite simple. So you have this foreign lady from Asia, presumably, and she doesn't have any obnoxious piercings on her face. She doesn't have any no loud tattoos.
She's covering herself up. She's modest.
Yeah, she's making an adorable little goofy
face.
face.
And yellow fever is infecting more and more men nowadays.
Well, yeah, so you can end up like that guy who married Megan Hall, who slept with the entire police department. And I would rather just go with something like this than her if I had to choose. However, there is something very suspicious about this psyop, and I do believe it's a psyop. So if you zoom in here,
like I see the
look at this. So we have this tile.
I see the line. I know.
Look
it's
at
like,
this. Dude, what's going on here? What's going on here, bro?
It's edited, Geo. Like, who could have seen that one coming? Right?
Oh no, is this real? Oh no, this is fake. Her and Pedro Pascal. Interest lost.
No, like that's got to be,
Oh yeah, all the simps and incels are like being the queen. Yeah, this is the
be my Asian queen and yada yada yada.
Yeah, not surprising.
Geo, it's another day that ends in Y.
Yeah. Oh, okay. If I were to ask though, if you had a choice between this or Sydney Sweeney, what would you choose?
Probably her.
Oh, okay. Let's move on. What else have we got here? Oh shit, this is fucking hilarious. Have you seen this video of this chick?
I have not.
All right, well, this is a good one.
I went undercover as a MAGA girl boss on Bumble and Hinge.
MAGA girl boss on Hinge and Bumble.
This is what happened. I'm Alexis Semino, reporter at Daily Mail. I sent the message, "Hi, I'm MAGA," with guys I matched with to see their reactions, and I was pretty surprised to see that the men who claimed to be liberal weren't phased at all. Unlike my colleague Will, who got little to no responses, my inbox blew up. My matches fell into the following 5 categories. 1, guys who were unapologetically MAGA and way too hyped about it. 2, men who didn't care about my political affiliation, they just wanted to go out with me. 3, the ones who had no idea what it meant. Someone asked if it was a ban. 4, those who sent me a dissertation. I could not believe how many political essays I received in response to a 4-letter acronym. 5, the liars. Ladies, so many men are pretending to be liberal. One guy had his profile say, "Fox News is like Coco Melon for adults." Then I messaged him and he said, "Hi, I'm Matt. I matched with roughly 80 men and only one unmatched me." I went undercover as a MAGA girl.
Bro, this is so fucking funny and revealing. Yeah, I mean, like, look, you can tell who the soy boys are in society. Like, you can spot them a mile away. But there are a lot of normal looking dudes who play the game, so to say. Am I one of them? I plead the fifth. However, I'm not talking politics on dates, and I'm not talking contemporary news.
No, the
None of
only
that.
time I'm talking politics is when we're in my home and I lock the front door behind us.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I've had a lot of success with commie chicks, with like far leftist hipster chicks, you know, our chicks, and it's a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to be around, and nobody, because of how I look, no one really suspects that I'm a maggot. I'm a giga chud. And so it's yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, so there's a lot of strategies out there, and one of them is just like legit just not giving a fuck. Like the best way to really circumvent politics on the dating apps is really to just pretend it doesn't exist. That's really the go-to move as a guy if you want to be successful. So a lot of women they'll advertise their political beliefs. A lot of them say like, oh, if you're a maggot, I don't want to swipe left, just keep moving. It's like, okay, well I'm gonna try to hit you up anyways, because reasons. And if she's like, I'm a MAGA girl boss, dude, if I see that, I'm all over it. Fuck yeah. So yeah, 80 matches and only one unmatched doesn't surprise me for one bit. What is let me read some of these comments here. I bet she's what was it? You didn't forget, didn't you didn't forget what? Changing to bed soon. Didn't forget you. If 100% of those posts is true, then the inverted is worse for the femoids. Women are objectively fatter than dudes and wear face paint. I don't know who's fatter. I'd have to look up the studies. I bet she's giving out all the Viagra. Men's standards are so low. We have a whole demographic dedicated to barrel scraping and whale poaching. Those fours don't want us. I don't want them. They're invisible to me. Asian women are the long life milk of women. They are the preferred product. Maybe now. Does Giovanni lie to women? The answer is found by answering, is the sun hot? You decide. I'm not going to answer that without a lawyer present. I have to talk politics on dates because if she is with me, she will have to submit and do as I say. That is now political. Well, you're already in a relationship. If you date a liberal woman or marry one, you're part of the problem. Stop bailing them out. Well, I'm not bailing them out. I'm not like committing to them. It's mostly like a one-time thing. I mean, again, like there are women who are like maybe like centrists that could be wife material. That is true. But generally speaking, like you got to figure this stuff out. Like in the first two, like if you're dating seriously, you got to figure this out in like the first 2 dates. Let's see. We're almost done here. There's only like 3 more things. What the hell is this? Wife said she no longer wants to cook. I'm looking into doing online meal delivery service because my wife says she no longer wants to cook. I do have the cooking, but she always complains about my meals, so I'm done. She's never worked since she's always been a stay-at-home mom, but it's something we've always struggled with because she's not a fan of cooking and cleaning. We've had a maid in the past, and I make decent money, but I just can't justify the expense now that the kids are teenagers and are mostly out of the house. Have any of you had luck with meal prep service or those online meal service? Okay, dude, you don't need meal prep service. You need to have like an intervention with this woman. This is a very unhealthy relationship. Both people in this relationship should be tending to each other, and she just wants to give up. I don't know. I feel like something else is going on here, so I can't properly diagnose this. But yeah, the wife is a walking red flag. All right, so that's enough of the 3 or 4 shit. We have, dude, I don't really feel like doing hoax hate.
You want to just watch my? You just want to watch my video?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, we have just really quick. We got this 30-second cringe fest video. All right, so this is cringe.
Yeah, we'll go from a 30-second cringe video to a 20-minute cringe video. Sounds good. All the old people, I can't. I can't.
Dude, I feel like this is like a skit on Stormfront. What is this?
It seems like something like Sam Hyde would make for like Extreme Peace.
Oi, 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 vey. All right, we gotta go to YouTube. We gotta find.
Hell yeah! Let me go to the bathroom while you're finding it.
All right. Oh God. She had nice legs. Good for her. Let's see. Kite and Chaz. Dude, that Dustborn video was fucking fire. It really, really was fire. Look at that, dude. Over 200K views. Good for... Dude, chat, you guys gotta encourage him. Dude, Chronic is nutting for that Jewy. Yeah, Father Chronicus loves that, I'm sure. Pumping and dumping is bailing them out. DNA is worth more than the food to them. Even pumping and dumping is bailing... Oh, man. Is it really? Is it really now? Hot women don't care about politics. Yeah, don't, dude, guys, if you want to be successful dating, don't ever talk about politics with women.
I'm back.
Kill me now. Yeah, dude, that was yeah, people are dying in the chat from cringe from watching that. Yeah, I was just celebrating your Dustborn video, bro. Like, dude, it has over 200K views. Dude, good for you.
After the first hour or two.
All right, so we got to find that new South Park video.
It's my newest one.
All right. Should we speed it up?
I mean, if you want to, like.
Well, I mean, you're just really tired, so I don't want you to like fall asleep.
No, Geo.
I've been a big fan of South Park.
I'm always happy to sit here and watch my own shit.
All right. Well, all right, guys. So we're gonna. This is a live. This is my first viewing of Chaz's new video. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna leave a comment and be like, wow.
Just look through the comments real quick. The comments are so good.
All right. Let's see. Hey, fuckhead, your shit spelt wrong. Wow, dude. Hi. Oh, I just wrote that. I feel like this episode was written by Stephen Colbert. Ooh, dude, that's an insult, bro. It's fighting words. I can't believe South Park, of all things, thought such a safe thing as making Trump jokes was a bold move. It's a cringe at best. All right, well, let's just start the video. Let me go ahead and boost this audio.
Years now, and the newest season just had its first episode come out. It leaked online via Twitter. Sermon on the Mount.
It's doing the like cutting out bullshit.
Oh, dude, is it really?
Yeah, just close out Discord and
let me restart this.
Like
really quick.
that fixed it for a sec.
Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta get Chaz back in here. Women above a 6 really aren't worth talking to. They're way too into themselves and high maintenance. I don't know if that's true. I dated some really beautiful women, and most of them weren't like that. I mean, that's just what they say on the internet, you know? All right.
Okay, let's fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. One in projector mode. All right. Ready?
Yep, I'm good to go.
All right.
Mount has already gotten people saying South Park is back, it's great, and all that, but I don't think so. I've recently been diagnosed with the condition of being a cynical ass.
Oh no.
And I'll say it, this episode wasn't just disappointing, it sucks. Like most episodes of South Park, it's separated into two plots. Plot A is centered around how PC Principal is forcing Christianity into the school. PC now stands for Power Christian. Randy doesn't like that's being forced onto his son and wants to push back against this movement. Plot B is about Cartman and his struggle with realizing that woke is dead. Everybody is ripping on Jews and saying slurs now. He's losing his identity as the most anti-Semitic bigot in South Park. This forces him into a depression, and then he forces Butters into a suicide pact. However, calling it a plot is doing it more.
I like the audio mixing. The audio mixing was really good on this. The background music really fits, and it doesn't drown out your voice. So this is good so far.
Justice than it really deserves. It's about 5 scenes in total, and only.
And I also like. I mean, I haven't watched South Park in like about I don't know, honestly, over 15 years. So you filling it in, you're doing a good job. I'm liking this video so far. The preemptive like was warranted.
Serves to be comedic.
Just keep
the B
watching.
plot
Let
is
me
funny
cook.
enough, and it's just fine. But the A plot is the weakest part of the episode. If you've seen anything about this episode, it's probably all the Trump clips. They completely removed Mr. Garrison from the White House, and now it's just Trump. What do they do with him? Do they, comment on his policies or anything like that? Well, no. They just tell the same Trump has a small dick jokes that we've been hearing for the past 8 to 10 years. All the Trump scenes are just not that funny. It's the same joke again and again, and it serves little to no relevance on the plot until the very end. The best comparison I can really make is that these Trump scenes feel like a Family Guy cutaway gag. You think that's bad? Well, what about the time I walked in on Trump and Satan having gay sex?
Another random bitch commented on my Instagram that you're on the Epstein list.
The Epstein list? Are we still talking about that?
You stupid! This episode is tainted by the 20th season and how they completely dropped the ball with the original Trump plot and all the crap with Mr. Garrison. It's almost like they want us to just completely forget that all of the scenes with Mr. Garrison as Trump ever happened. There was no mention of Joe Biden in the past few seasons or specials. He wasn't ripped on for being an incompetent president or falling down the stairs. Fun fact, South Park has never mentioned, featured, or mocked Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. Odd for a show that parodies reality. What about this episode? The episode he's referencing here isn't really making fun of Barack. He's shown to be competent and really smart, pulling off this really awesome jewelry heist. This isn't really making fun of him or parodying him in the same way that they've done with Trump. This was 17 years ago. I wanted to go back to this. So we went from they didn't attack.
Dude, are you fucking serious? They did that video 17 fucking years ago. Dude, I've missed nothing. Nothing has,
I don't know if
nothing of
it's
value has been
17,
missed.
but like it's probably well over 10 years old.
Yeah,
But,
that sounds
like,
about right. That sounds about right.
Biden to, oh, it was 17 years
Yeah, let's
ago.
speed this up.
Lamau.
Let's speed this
It's
up a
okay
little
if
bit.
your
Go ahead.
goal is an agenda, not truth. Lamau. South Park has ripped the left to shreds. This is pathetic. It was so
The
easy to
music
expose
going
you,
fast
I
is
kind of feel
great.
bad. What'd you expose? If anything, you exposed yourself. You exposed your own ignorance to the show you're trying to talk about here. Keep trying. The woke right is the worst. South Park rips on everyone. This is sad and pathetic. I hope you find happiness. And just to set the record straight, I'm not a MAGA boy. I didn't vote for Trump. In fact, I think voting and democracy in general is really gay. I didn't like these jokes because, oh, I'm upset that they made fun of Trump. I didn't like these jokes because they're not funny jokes. We have heard Trump has a small penis from SNL for over 10 years now.
You're welcome. Sir, I love you, and I don't care what they say. I know it's big. Let's get another person up here.
And them adding in a line about, oh, he's on the Epstein list. Does anyone actually think this episode of South Park is what's going to get Trump incarcerated? So people clapping, yay, they own Trump. They got him. South Park is cooking with this one. You're all retarded. Good morning and happy Thursday
Oh,
to
that
everyone who
feels so
loves the way
satisfying
the
to
South
say.
Park
You're
guys
all
absolutely
retarded.
cooked Trump and their test season premiere. He is going to hate the accurate size depiction of his tiny member. Be ashamed if everyone retweeted this. Oh my god, South Park went full scorched earth on Trump tonight. Some people are asking if this little bit at the end is AI generated or if it's a dude in a fat suit. And if it is AI generated, oh, I thought we were against using AI generated content. Oh, but, you know, it's made to poke fun at Trump's small penis, so, you know, of course it's okay when it's done that way. Lamau, South Park is gonna piss off all the conservatives. So who's that retarded in the White House? And it's fucking Trump! Oh my god, they owned him! I didn't think South Park could shock me anymore, but putting Trump's face on Hussein's character is wild. I remember Hussein. I just watched the new South Park. Trump is not gonna be happy. Dude, South Park is so back, man. The whole episode just being there to piss off Trump and make fun of Paramount. Oh, dude, it's so funny. MAGA right now. South Park was funny when Cartman cooked and fed a kid his own murdered parents in front of Radiohead. But then making fun of Trump, man, that's just too far. But the
Yeah, no, it's not that it's too far. It's just, like you said, it's not funny.
It's
And,
not original
like,
joke. Like,
dude,
they weren't original in any way, shape, or form, and just
yeah,
go
like,
ahead.
dude, like I said, like South Park has not been funny or relevant in literally over a decade. And the only if something organic regarding the show occurs, like it'll end up on my feed. And the only time that this has come up is whenever they're like goofing on Trump. Yeah, because Trump is. I like what Dick Masterson had to say about Trump. He basically said that, you know, Trump just showed up on the scene and pretty much ate the lunch of Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Because President Trump was able to satirize the fake news industry. The guy's able to, you know, dress down the douchebag elites in Hollywood and New York the way that South Park is supposed to do that, but they don't. So their only target really is going after Trump, I guess. I mean, because they never bothered to do this against Biden, because Biden wasn't relevant. You know, like Biden was largely an absentee president. The guy suffered from medical issues, and you know he's kind of a dumbass. So it's not really fun to make fun of that guy. I wonder if I think they made fun of Bush a little bit. I can't recall. They definitely satirized like the military and jingoism and shit, but Back then, it was a little bit funnier, a little tongue in cheek, and it didn't take itself so seriously. This episode of South Park definitely insists upon itself. It definitely smells its own farts, which is something they used to satirize. But I guess now they're,
they've
they're
literally
part of
made
the
an
tribe.
episode about people smelling their own farts.
Yeah,
so
it was when they were driving the electric cars, right, or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Smuggler.
Yeah, smuggler. Oh god, dude, honestly, that was over 10 years ago.
Trump stuff isn't my biggest problem. I think this episode completely disregards Matt and Trey's philosophy for writing a script.
Each individual scene has to work as a kind of funny sketch. You don't want one scene that's just like, well, what was the point of that scene? We found out this really simple rule that maybe you guys have all heard before, but it took us a long time to learn it. But we can take these beats, which are basically the beats of your outline, and if the words "and then" belong between those beats, you're f***ed.
The plot of this episode follows the dreaded "and then this happens" form of writing. As the episode goes on and on, more and more plot points just happen. Let me do my best to describe the plot start to finish. Cartman wakes up and learns that his favorite radio station is shut down. He realizes that being anti-woke and edgy is becoming more and more mainstream. It's no longer the counterculture, it's just the culture. PC Principal announces that Christianity will be forced on the student body. Stan tells Randy that Jesus showed up at school, and then Randy starts a counterculture movement against Christianity being in school. He leads a mob to Garrison's house, and then we cut to Trump in the White House, and a bunch of small dick jokes. Eric is depressed and forces Butters into a suicide pact. And this part of the episode is actually really funny. I could drop the cynical, black-pilled, oh, this episode sucks, and blah 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 attitude for a second. All the scenes with Butters and Eric are really funny. We cut to the principal's office, and here Stan was forced to eat with Jesus at lunch. Power Christian principal bullies Stan into agreeing with him, and then we cut to the White House and get more Trump small dick jokes. Trump does eventually talk to Randy, and over the phone he threatens to sue South Park if he continues to protest. We then cut to a 60 Minutes episode, and it's being made about the protest that Randy has started. And before things get out of hand, Jesus arrives and convinces everyone to drop the lawsuit. The town settles for a payment of $3 million and the condition that they have to make pro-Trump commercials. The episode ends on, you guessed it, a Trump has a small penis joke. Obviously, I paraphrased a lot, and condensing a 20-minute plot into 2 paragraphs might make it sound worse than it is, but I really do think that this is a decent summary of the plot. There's a lot of, and then this happens, pushing the plot along. I'm sure some of you caught on to this, but once again, it's Randy who spearheads the main plot. He's the one who riles up the town. He's the one who talks to Trump over the phone.
Generally, the idea is that public schools have to maintain a separation of church and state, so they can't promote any one religion.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The government can't force a religion on my son. What the hell is this president doing? He doesn't even act like a Christian. Why is he pushing it on our kids?
Randy is Christian. This isn't even an issue with continuity, like how his geologist job has just been completely abandoned. In season 22, there's the episode A Boy and His Priest. Yeah, they're going to church to rip on Father Maxey, but they are still going to church. This is after he moved to Tegrity Farms. I know South Park isn't known for its tight continuity, but this has always been a key aspect of the Marshes. So seeing Randy push this agenda just feels wrong. Or maybe it's just it feels half-baked. What if there's a scene where Stan just asks Randy, Dad, why the hell are you doing this? And Randy just flat out says, the plot needs me to. That could be really funny, where they just flat out show Randy is doing whatever the plot needs him to. But they don't do that. The plot feels off once again because it's Randy being shoved into it, being the focal point. And then you add in the Family Guy cutaway gags with Satan and Trump, and now you've got a bloated episode with a half-baked plot that goes against Matt and Trey's core writing philosophy. I think the most disappointing aspect of this episode is it had a really great setup. Eric losing his edgy identity and PC Principal going overboard with Christianity, it's really funny. It completely catches you off guard. But the plot, funny enough, loses the plot a few minutes in. However, I don't want to be the guy who only bitches and complains. I want to give my thoughts on how I would fix the episode. First and foremost, let's establish what makes a good South Park episode. It needs to be funny, have topical references to some
that's
form
where I
of pop
fucked
culture
up
or celebrity.
the spelling. That's for the timestamp. Like, hey, fuckhead, you misspelled
get
topical.
shit on there.
Push some kind of boundary. Obviously,
wrong.
not every episode of South Park follows these points. Some episodes aren't funny, some have little to no pop culture references, and some don't push any boundary. But the most beloved episodes do at least maybe 2 out of these 3 things. I want to keep the core plot of the episode intact. The first 3.5 minutes are great. It sets up Cartman's internal conflict and a new problem at the school with PC Principal. Cartman explicitly says,
It seems like everybody's changing and suddenly woke stuff is off limits. I mean, it's like now everyone rips on the Jews and it's totally fine, huh, Cal?
but throughout the episode, we hear no one else make Jew jokes. So my biggest change is the
best
plot
part
now
of the video,
centers
by the way.
around this conflict. Cartman isn't the
What was that?
This is the best part of the video.
Oh yeah.
one ripping on Kyle for being Jewish now. We'll cut to lunch and show the scene where Jesus sits with the boys. Kyle can pull out a Jewish lunch like matzo ball soup, and before Cartman makes a joke, someone else like Jimmy or Craig rips on him. Now we get to see the change Cartman brought up and how Cartman is distraught. Oh, someone made the joke before me, but I'm always the one that makes the Jew jokes. We'll then cut to PC Principal and he's screaming in the halls again. Someone was interviewed in the school paper and he said we need to uphold the separation of church and state in the school. This sets off PC Principal. When he finds out who did this interview, he will bring down the righteous fury of God himself upon that student. This is actually where we'll shift the focus of the plot and play on the viewer's expectations. Kyle is desensitized to all of Cartman's crap, he's used to it, but not Ike. Ike is now getting ripped on, and unlike Kyle, Ike will say something about it. Ike did that interview. We'll then cut to the Broflovskis eating dinner, and Ike will tell them what's happening at school, that Jesus is now sitting with them at the lunch table. Now instead of Randy spearheading this movement against Christianity in school, it's Gerald, you know, the actual Jewish lawyer. Like Cartman said, more and more people are ripping on the Jews now, so this will make them look bad. Oh, a Jew having a frivolous lawsuit? Well, it's just another day that ends in Y. And the news of this lawsuit will spread all around town. Remember, it's a very small, tight-knit community, so everyone's gonna know that Gerald is suing the school board. As the episode goes on, more and more people will rip on them in public. They'll go to the grocery store, try to get gasoline, and all the time, people are making Jew jokes towards them. All throughout the episode, we could show Cartman try his best to make these Jew jokes, but every time someone else beats him to it. I think it'd be really funny to see Cartman try to sneak around town and stealthily follow the Broflovskis, but not doing a very good job of it, of course. And this makes him fall into a more and more depressive state. Eventually, this builds up so much that Kyle thinks that they should just drop the lawsuit, that this is not worth all the harassment and ridicule that they're getting, that going to school with Jesus actually isn't that big of a deal. After all, Kyle has helped Jesus in the past. Kyle wouldn't really care, but Gerald insists that it's important to stand up for what you believe in. The climax of the episode will be that a mob is now surrounding the Broflovskis at their home and threatening them to drop the lawsuit. And who is leading this mob? Well, it's not Cartman. It's now the one, the only, the greatest rapper of all time, Kanye West. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. Nigga, hallelujah. But before the mob really gets out of hand, just like in the actual episode, the conflict will be resolved by Jesus giving a sermon.
Come on,
not
like,
about
my video
about
wasn't
canceling them and getting them to shut the
enough.
fuck up. But now it's about how forcing people to do what you want by the threat of violence is no better than Muslims killing people who refuse to believe in the Prophet Muhammad. The mob dies down, they apologize, and Gerald agrees to drop the lawsuit. But it's not out of fear, it's because he understands it's the right thing to do. PC Principal agrees to tone down forcing Christianity in school, and the episode ends with Cartman being the only one who rips on Kyle for being Jewish. But now, because it's only him doing it, PC Principal gives Cartman detention, which makes Cartman cry tears of joy. Everything is back to normal, woke is not dead. My changes do a few important things. It makes relevant characters drive the plot in ways that make
So, like,
sense to
what do
their
you think about my
characters.
plot
Randy,
idea?
pure and simple,
Like, in
does
general,
not fit.
like, does that sound funny?
It would be a lot funnier than what was initially broadcast. That's certainly true. I mean, not to clown on you or shit on your parade, but it probably wouldn't be that hard to do because, like, dude, this episode wasn't funny at all. Like South Park, it just isn't funny anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not. Like, this is really terrible. I mean, you can literally like almost do anything and it would salvage this show. But you know, some of the commenters said that where was it? South Park isn't relevant because cable isn't relevant. No, it's not relevant anymore because it's just not funny. It's not funny, and it doesn't move the needle the way that it used to. South Park is swimming in Jon Stewart's wake. He did this for years, pretending to be brilliant political analysis as comedy. Well, the thing with Jon Stewart is, like, he was legitimately funny at one point. Like, he was a really great stand-up comic. And Matt Stone and Trey Parker, like, dude, like, South Park used to be legitimately hilarious. Like, it was one of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
But then it's like they developed TDS.
Yeah, well, TDS is definitely a part of it. But, like, another thing is just, like people have moved on. You know, like, they moved on. The show has been around since, like, the 90s. You know, like The Simpsons is literally...
So for context on how old it is, South Park was around where it was super controversial just to say shit once in an episode. And then they managed to make one episode where they use the word shit like over 100 times. Right?
I remember that episode. I watched it
it's
on
like
TV.
South Park used to be a show that pushed the boundary of what could or couldn't be done, but it's been around so long that there's no longer really any boundary to push. And like that's one of the issues. But in all honesty, I am getting tired, Gio, so we don't have to keep watching my video. So,
Well, we
sorry
watched
to,
most
like-
of it. No, it's fine. I mean, it was a really disorganized show. I was kind of disorganized myself, and I want to step out and smoke a cigarette. And I got to get
We're
ready for
all
tomorrow because
tired.
tomorrow's gonna be a really big day for me. So, yeah. But not bad though. I mean, at least I got to do the show, and let's see. I'm EP. Oh no, for no reason he's a sleepy sheep. Let's see.
all of us are getting EP.
Yeah, let me read some of these comments really quick. There's quite a few people here. Well, I get more viewers than Elijah Schaefer now, so that's good. Fuck Elijah Schaefer. That guy's a pussy. This is like the director's commentary for Chaz's video. Yeah. Nice use of the Kirby Air Rides classic track. It is a classic track. It was a perfect song. Reminds me of Chronic. His talking points get stolen by grifters and make it mainstream. Yeah, I can see that, Ash Blackwind. Like whenever like I espouse or talk about an opinion that isn't my own, I always give credit to the people like under Chronic or before Jordan Peterson got cucked. When I talk about strategy, a lot of the stuff I learned on my own, but I mean, our strategy or my strategy and my worldview, it really does come from like, Sun Tzu or Machiavelli or some of the great Stoics. And again, I learned from fucking like James Carville. Like the guy was like literally my mentor, Let's see. Chess's episode would have been funnier. The show serves actual. I can't read that. The creators have just taken the Trump thing too far without making fun of other politicians. I like the idea of Cartman sucking Kyle to get in. Yeah, that is pretty funny. Mr. Pickles was a show that pushed boundaries. I need to go night. Good night for no reason. Season 1 of South Park did a lot to push the modern rainbow agenda. Remember Big Gay Al? Yes, I remember those. Yeah,
Like
Mr.
they
Slade
used to
still
be
around.
comedically over the top, and now
Yeah.
like we got those pride parades.
Remember
that
them
just-
being shocking. Now look at any San Francisco street. Yeah. I think at this point they're just milking it for everything that it's worth. I mean, obviously these guys are making a lot of money. Their video games that they release are very successful, and I guess to a point the show is successful enough to keep continuing on. There's always going to be stoned slackers that are watching this fucking slop. I mean, that's ultimately what South Park is now. It's just garbage. It's slop. It's just meaningless nonsense. It's not funny. It's not. It just doesn't move the needle the way that it used to. It doesn't push the boundaries, and I don't really know what boundaries that could be pushed at this point. I don't know.
Yeah.
My favorite girlfriend ever loved Mr. Pickles. I don't know what Mr. Pickles is. So yeah, well, we gotta let Chaz go to sleep, and it is 11:30.
and you gotta go smoke your cig.
Yeah,
So
I do.
all right.
So yeah, no, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. It's
Thank
kind of
you.
low effort episode, but it is what it is. I do plan to. I just got a lot of shit to do. So I can't wait to show everybody. All right, I can't wait to show everybody.
Well,
So I do
have
appreciate
a good night,
everybody
guys.
joining, hanging out with me and Chaz. And yeah, everybody, have a good night. And I didn't drop any frames, so I don't know why there was issues. I'm gonna update this PC, and who knows? I'll probably give you guys another stream, just to make up for being absent like a week ago. So yeah, everybody, peace out. Have a good night, and because like the stream I did before this was like absolute fire, and this one was just like I'm still like waking up because I woke up from a nap, so not really happy about that. So yeah, I gotta step out.